Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch waggle, help baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Monday to you. I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning, Tyvis.
Good morning, Mr. T-Bone, or I should say Mr. Jonathan Smith.
Oh, who's that? Head coach of Michigan State.
Not Little John, Big John.
Man, we had a fun time out there last week at OSU practice. It was nice to see you in your element. It was great to see all the people coming over to say hi to you.
You got to see my technique.
I did see your technique.
My press man technique and how it's still there.
Was it against Jeremiah Smith, though?
No.
I was showing them if I was going up against this how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
You know, like if I win on the release, it's all about the release, Dylan. If I don't get beat on the release, I'm golden.
Yeah. That's what he told everybody last week. And then he proceeded to say, look, here, Matt Fishman, come out here, our program director. Let me show you.
Fishman's like, oh, this boy in rare form. He's all pro.
And he's like, if you were Jeremiah Smith, here's what I would do to you. And it's like, I don't think you understand how this works. He's not ever going to be Jeremiah Smith. So no, I think it's a fun comparison though. I hope we can get that set up at some point. But in the meantime, it was good to see you back out on the field. I like that. I liked talking to all the coaches. We had Ryan Day, Brian Hartline, Matt Patricia, and even Ross Bjork talking with him. The AD came over, and we had a good conversation on the air. Then off the air, we talked about some other stuff. We probably could have gone an hour with Ross Bjork.
Oh, for sure.
Like there's so many different things we could have asked him about. So yeah, that's all something that if we can, we want to get him back in and talk more because there's a lot of stuff to cover with not just football, but all the different athletics department stuff going on. But beyond that, I know we're moving. Did you get all moved in?
Yes, I got all moved in. So what day did this move start for me? Was
Thursday.
Okay, so
because you weren't at the Cleveland show, right?
Yeah, that's
left
right.
with us and you went to go.
Yeah, Thursday was like the worst day of my life. It was literally the worst day of my. If you have thoughts of moving, you got two options: you either hire it professionally, or you just don't move at all. But if you got to do any lifting or have to do any of the moving, don't do it. It's not worth it. I promise you it's not. So Thursday was just a lot of running around, me helping movers move stuff and me lifting. I lost 6 pounds this week. This weekend. It was crazy.
Good for you. See?
Yeah,
now you keep wondering what you should do to lose weight. Apparently the answer is join a moving crew.
No, but like my body felt like I had just did 2 of days at Ohio State. Like that, I was sore.
That's 30.
And then
once you hit 30, that starts to happen.
And then the next day, I had to go do it again because it was still stuff that was left in the old place. So I had to go move that.
Oh.
And all this stuff was just piled up in the new garage. So like when you opened the garage, it was just full.
See, this is one of the benefits of being a fat slob is that when movers see me, they're like, this poor family. There's no way this idiot's going to be able to get this stuff upstairs. And they, like, when we had movers, they took everything up to the top, like, wherever it was supposed to go. Is it okay here?
You would think that's how it will.
They're asking my wife, like, do you want it in this part of the room or this part of the room?
I thought the exact same thing, but that wasn't how.
Well, then they
went.
looked and they were like, "Oh, this is a national champion. This is a former NFL player.
That's not what they.
We're going to drop this in the garage. He's fine. He can handle all this."
What I found out is that I was stronger than those two. Like,
really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I don't know. They struggle with some stuff, and I just walked over there and I was just like, "Oh, get this."
Maybe you showed them up. Maybe they were there.
Maybe that's what.
Maybe you showed them up, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess Mr. Big Shot can move this. Fine.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal."
Yeah, you're Scott Steiner.
Maybe that's what it was because I was looking like, "Is this heavy?" And I picked it up, and I'm like, "No, it's not that heavy at all." And I just moved it. So, anyways, that was that was Thursday. Friday, like I said, I was still moving some stuff out, but I didn't have movers. I had my wife's best friend's husband stop by, and we got the rest of the stuff moved out of the old place. Saturday, my boy Curtis Grant pulled up on me. Shout out to Kurt. He pulled up on me, and I made him lift this dresser upstairs. Take these 2 dressers upstairs with me. Cardale stopped by Saturday to mount my TV. He actually stopped by Saturday and Sunday, which was yesterday, to mount my TVs for me, which if you need somebody to mount your TV, Cardale will get it right the second time. Not the first time. He will get it right the second time. So you will have extra little drills in your wall because he's going to miss the first time.
So measure twice, cut once.
Yeah.
Cardale is measure once, drill 3 times.
His motto is, I will get it right on the second time. It's going to be exactly how you want it the second time. That's what he said.
Hey, that's fine. You know what, though? Whatever gets it done, as long as he's the one who has to make all the fixes to his mistakes.
Like I said, the good news is you put your TV up so you won't never see the holes in the wall until it's time to leave.
Exactly right.
But outside of that, it was the garage is finally like I could put my car in the garage. The place is to a spot where like everything is where it's supposed to be. You just got to put it up. Like my wife and I was attacking our closet yesterday, and
is that what they call it these days? Attacking the closet. Whatever. Hey.
You need to stop this. We all love some good sex. Y'all two is the sick ones. You two are sick. We was attached. We was putting the clothes away in the closet. Y'all
need length and girth.
You freeze, breaking it down for you. By the way, we told Ross Bjork about that off the air, and his honest reaction was, oh, my God, what is he thinking? And I said, yeah, that's right. He knows Hugh Freeze. He hired him. He was there.
But as I was putting my clothes on the rack, my rack ended up breaking. So, nah, I got to fix that.
Oh, see, now you already broke something in the new place. You already got to fix it. Home ownership. It's a fun thing, right? Where you're on the hook for a lot of things when you have to fix that stuff. I didn't do nearly the strenuous activity you did over the weekend.
You didn't lose 6 pounds?
No, I gained. This is what the plan I'm on. I'm gaining what you're losing. No, but I watched, because we had talked about the SEC a decent amount last week, and I have long said it's a conspiracy theory where doesn't matter what happens. They lose, that's because they were so beat up from the regular season because it's so tough. It's the greatest conference ever. That proves it. And if they win in the postseason, well, again, that's why they're great, because they're the SEC. There's no way they're not the greatest conference. So I went back and watched that Alabama-Tennessee game from last year.
Oh, man. I already remember that one.
Okay.
A lot of deep shots that were not completed.
Dude, I'm telling you, that game. So I saw it when it happened, but I don't remember stuff as well as I probably should. So going back and watching this was like a new experience for me, because I knew roughly what happened in the game. I knew that Tennessee won, and I knew that it was close, and that was all I remembered. So I'm going back and watching, and I will say this. The game, as far as if you're watching a college football game, what's exciting is if in the fourth quarter a team has a chance to go down there and tie or win the game, right, late in the game. That was checked off. It was a close game. It was a one-score game. 24-17 is what it ended. But it was definitely one of those. It was 21-17. I think Tennessee kicked a field goal late to make it a touchdown different score. But, that was a close game. So on that level, it delivered. On atmosphere, Tennessee's fans delivered. It was great. They're going crazy for everything. Awesome. Actual competent play? I don't know that I can say that. Dylan Sampson, I can say that about. He was great. But then,
is this the game where he threw the ball to Ryan Williams 20 times?
Jalen Milroe? He may have tried to, but the problem was there were so many times where I'm watching guys running wide open. Not it's such great defense, and then the quarterbacks are putting dimes on these guys, and the DBs and safeties are just getting in there and making it happen. That wasn't it. It was guys are running wide open, and you're just flat out missing them, to the point the announcers are even saying, whoa, that was a tough one there. He wants that back. It was not good. I would not call that a good college football game from the play that was actually occurring. It was a bad college football game that had atmosphere, that had all the stuff you want. So I get why people who don't really pay attention to football would watch that and say, this was a fun, great game. It had It had all that. In the fourth quarter, it was electric. But watching it back, if you said that this was a game between Purdue and Minnesota from the way it was played, the way the quarterbacks looked, I don't think it was that much better than a game like that. And I feel like there were way more incompletions than there were completions in this game. There were like 30 penalties in this game. It wasn't well coached. It wasn't well drilled. It wasn't well played, but it was fun. And that apparently is what we go for when we think of the SEC these days. It's not great football, but it's fun. It's electric.
Your eyes did not deceive you. Jalen Milroe, 25 for 45. Nico, 14 for 27.
Right. It was bad. And they did not. Bama did not have to throw the football that much. It was a close game. If they had any running game, they probably could have done better there. But I don't even think they ran for 100 yards in this game. They
ran for 75.
The best you could say about it is maybe it was great defensive line play. I think you could say that was fair, but no, this is the notion I always. So I just wanted to. That was by the way, that was 7-10 matchup. I want to say, or 5-7 or something like that.
7-11.
Okay, so it's essentially 2 top 10 teams, and that's one that everybody gets credit for. Tennessee beat Alabama. Alabama wasn't good last year. Tennessee, by the way, how'd they fare when they played Ohio State? We know.
I said that when I was doing the show with Bo. Because I was doing Bishop and Friends at the time, and I was like, it ain't really nobody from the SEC that I really was like, except Texas. I said Texas was real.
And they were.
Outside of Texas, I was like, yeah.
And they're going to be good this year. I don't doubt that. But I just think this credit that the SEC gets for when Nick Saban was there and you could pay the players and nobody else was, it's a different time. So, yeah, that's what I did this weekend. Got mad about the SEC again and again and again, watching that game.
Good for you. We're going to be doing this all year.
Just hate watching these games.
They're trying to make a comeback this year, the SEC.
I guess so. Well, the Buckeyes are trying to stop that. Buckeyes kicked off practice last week. We were there. We'll talk more about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. Watching crews clear out an incident on 270 northbound right at Tuttle Crossing. Watch for crews over there, but everything else moving along right up to speed. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Rates as low as 5.54% APR and a $400 cash bonus when you refinance your auto loan with BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/refinance.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Hi, I'm in a whirlwind of college prep. Gotcha. We've got affordable solutions to create the perfect college living space. Great. And visit our website to see how verified college students with an IKEA family account can receive a one-time use 15% off coupon. Nice. You guys think of everything. Pretty much. Offer ends 9/30/25. Valid ID required. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See IKEA-USA.com/ready-for-college for complete terms.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Polaris can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a HitTrax multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport at Polaris Fashion Place. Grand opening celebration August 15th through August 17th.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And there was a time I dreaded getting out of bed in the morning. I dreaded doing my workouts. I dreaded trying to carry my kids around because nothing felt good. My knee was bothering me. And I know there's a lot of folks out there that are going through the same thing. Years of sports or abuse or whatever it is on your body is taking its toll. Do not wait any longer. There is a treatment protocol that doesn't require surgery, doesn't require pills. It's going to repair and restore the joint tissue itself. We're talking about natural cellular therapies with my friends over at QC Kinetics. I checked them out. My dad checked them out. No long recovery, just the relief that you need. You can bring your x-rays, your MRIs to QC Kinetics for free. There's no pressure. The chat, they're going to evaluate you, look at you, lay out a protocol to see if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Unlock big savings and add style and security to your home with high-quality Schlage door locks from Menards. Whether you're looking for a traditional interior lock or a Wi-Fi compatible electronic lock, Menards has you covered. With more than 200 options of Schlage door locks in stock. Save big on all door locks. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money. hydrated. It's hot out there.
So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge.
Get too hot?
Hey, my phone.
Oh, your phone. Should've known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
The outdoor drama Tecumseh is back this summer. The drama, the history, and the spectacle make Tecumseh one of Ohio's most beloved traditions. Tecumseh has provided thrilling live entertainment for 50 years, and the outdoor theater at Sugarloaf Mountain will provide a safe and memorable experience for your entire family. Get tickets now at tecumsehdrama.com. This message is made possible in part by the Ohio Arts Council. Tecumseh, experience the drama.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A nice, refreshing start to our Monday with mostly clear skies and wake-up temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. This afternoon, mostly to partly sunny skies with our highs in the mid to low 80s. And then for tonight, skies will become partly cloudy overnight with our lows down in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can also hit us up on YouTube. Go to the YouTube chat. Just go to 971 The Fan. Click on YouTube, I should say. Go to 971 The Fan. Then click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be in the chat right there. Rusty is there. Good morning. Go to hell. Rusty, same to you. Bearcats. AJ, good morning. Go to hell. Yeah, so hop in. There's plenty more of you in there, but those are the two I see posting the most. So more. Meat Sweats is there as well. Our guy. Thanks for always checking in.
Bearcat AJ said he's moving to an apartment complex in Hilliard in 4 weeks. I hope you're hiring a professional.
Yeah, hire someone. Or hopefully you live with like no stuff. Maybe if you're just like, I don't keep anything.
When you move in, like you realize, like, I don't need that. You throw a lot of it away.
Yeah.
Don't hoard it. Just throw it away.
Although I was throwing stuff out this week and we were doing some summer cleaning, I guess it would be, and I found a little item I gave to you.
Yeah, you did.
I found it because I keep some newspapers from back in the day when I was a kid. I used to save some of this stuff. And so I have plenty of old Buckeyes, big wins. I have national championships. I have some historic events, things like that. But I found one that I thought, I don't need this, but I know who would love it. Tyvis Powell. And now you may go throw it in the trash right after we leave here. But
no, I ain't. This is gold.
It's a Columbus Dispatch from what year?
1998.
And it is Mark McGuire when he hit 62 home runs.
I was looking at all
before we had Barry Bonds breaking records. It was, your guy, Mark McGuire.
It's just nice to see all the stuff that was going on in the world in September. On September 9th, 1998.
It was also.
I was 4 years old.
Look at there, they got chicken breasts for $1.99 a pound. That actually is also that looks pretty great. That's a good price. Take that.
No, my motto when moving is when in doubt, throw it out.
Yeah. You're right.
Look at this. A round trip flight to Tampa/St. Petersburg from Columbus. $68.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I'd be going on vacation all the time.
The most expensive flight was Hartford Springfield from Columbus.
What airplane was that? What jetliner? What am I trying to say? Airline.
Midway. Midway Airline.
Oh, That must have been the spirit of the 90s.
$89.
I don't know,
That's right.
but I'm assuming.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, times have changed.
See, so now I got a little piece of a little time capsule into, the 90s when you were, what, 4 when this came out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, now you get to look and read about your guy, Mark McGuire.
Embezzlement trials.
Well, that's still that. Don't worry, that's not going to change, buddy.
That's timeless.
We've got that's every era is going to have that. So we were out of practice. We got a lot of insight. We got to actually watch some stuff. I hung around for a decent amount of time on Friday. Got to watch a lot of the defensive line doing their drills, offensive linemen, stuff like that. Did see plenty of both quarterbacks. I feel like I got a better sense of the two quarterbacks, seeing them in person. I didn't go to the spring game, so I didn't get to see that.
Shame on you.
I know. You were there.
I sure was.
You were there on the sidelines for BTN. I was watching it on TV.
Was doing that, wasn't I?
Yeah, you interviewed Ryan Day.
Yeah, I forgot.
We were talking to him. So I watched it there. You watched that in person. You've watched a lot of these guys in person.
Mm-hmm.
I said last week I would come back in on Monday and I'd give you a full report, tell you what I think. And here's where I'm at with the two quarterbacks. What I think is likely to happen. I think Julian Sayin, like we have all talked about, is the better from if you just had to do 7-on-7 drills, he's your guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Lincoln Kienholz, from everything, talking to people there, everything I've gotten from a behind-the-scenes standpoint, if you talk to the people who are around this team a lot, Lincoln Kienholz is every other thing you want. From an intangible standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, he gets popped in the mouth, who's going to hop up and be like, oh, okay, that's how it is, and then get right back in your face? That's more of what Lincoln Kienholz is than Julian Sayin. However, it comes down to who's going to deliver and win for you when it's 3rd and 8, and you've got a blaring defensive line that is coming at you. 2 of your offensive linemen are over on the sidelines for some reason or during the game. That kind of stuff happens in the Big Ten. Who's going to be the guy who picks himself up off the mat and leads the team? It feels like they want Julian Sayin to be that guy because he's got all the pure everything you want from a mechanic standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like Lincoln is kind of the guy that they would all trust. If you said for one play you need a touchdown right now, Lincoln Kienholz is that guy.
The interesting thing, I thought about this. Lincoln has come into this thing with all the motivation in the world. And it's like the team last year. Like last year when they were going through what they were going through, I kept saying that they needed to find a way to win it all, because if that class left 10 years when they came back with their kids, they wouldn't have nothing in the Woody to show for. They had one Rose Bowl win where JSN went crazy. Outside of that, they had nothing. No gold pants, no championships, nothing. Just one Rose Bowl win. And I say all that to say, fast forward to Lincoln. What does that have to do with Lincoln? If Lincoln doesn't win the job and doesn't play this season, the only thing they're going to remember about Lincoln as a Buckeye is that Cotton Bowl against Missouri, which was not fair to him. It was terrible. It was what it was. He's been fighting to try to right that wrong. I think he really wants to get back on the field to be like, that's not who I am. Like that was a terrible situation or predicament that I was put in, and I'm fighting to right that wrong so people would know, like, oh, this guy's actually a really good quarterback. So all the motivation in the world is there. However, I can't deny the fact that a lot of people call Julian Sayin like Bryce Young. Like the way his mechanics is, the way he throws the ball, his accuracy, the quick release, all of those things. The only thing is we don't know what it's like in game. Like anybody can do it in practice. Anybody can do it in 7-on-7. When them bullets is flying and everything is live, can you still have that mentality? And I think that's the part that's scaring, or that's what all the coaches is worried about. That's why Ryan Day talked about having them go live, because I needed to see what you gonna do when you actually can be hit. Like, can you still process things and get the ball out and things like that? And to be honest with you, you really won't know that answer until Texas, unfortunately, for both. I think that in this scenario with these two, it's just about them chasing consistency. They need to, whoever comes in every day can make guys play above themselves, especially when camp gets hard, is like Wednesday, like Thursday, when you, not the first day of pass, not the first day. It's like when you get to that second week and it's dragging and it get hot outside. What quarterback can still motivate that team to be like, all right, that offense, let's roll, y'all. We still rolling. We still going to throw touchdowns. Like, when is that happening? That, to me, is the guy that you want. Because teammates are going to look for guys that when things aren't going down, if we down 14-0 against Texas, I need to come to that huddle and that quarterback need to be like, hey, we getting on the board right here. Like, I need that motivation. And I don't know which one of those is. I think it's Lincoln more than Julian right now. Actually.
How important is red zone, though?
Red zone is everything.
In practice, how important
it's
is
everything.
That? Okay.
That's what I realized JT was going to be good because he went like 15 for 16 in the red zone when we went up against Clemson in the Orange Bowl. JT was the scout team quarterback. That boy lit us up. I knew we wasn't going to win on defense.
All I'm saying is this, because there's a lot of highlights out there, and if you look at the deep ball, Julian Sayin throws a pretty deep ball, right? If you read some of the reports about when they were in full-on 11-on-11, Julian Sayin probably overall had the slightly better day. Everyone who was there at practice on Saturday, and again, it's one practice, everyone said red zone, Lincoln Kienholz was on fire. And what I'm saying is,
that's a big deal.
You can throw deep balls, you can be that guy with the pretty passing and all that stuff. This Buckeye offense is going to be in the red zone probably as much as any offense in the country, because you're going to have a lot of throw the ball to one of your studs out on the edges, and they're going to throw it 3 yards, they're going to get you 12, right? And that's going to lead to first downs. It's not necessarily going to be all just game-breaking plays all the time where you're going 80 yards. It's going to be 8, 7, 10-yard chunks that get you down the field. Then you get to the red zone, defense tightens up. Who makes the plays? At least on Saturday, that guy was Lincoln Kienholz. I'm telling you, Ryan Day's making a decision probably later on than we think. Because it seemed like after last week, it was going to be early. Because they got Texas coming up. We got to get up the reps. We got to do all that stuff. I think it's a real tough call for him because of the fact that Lincoln just seems to be in all the moments you want him to be. That's what he does. Now, just one-on-one, stuff like that, Julian Sayin is the clear winner. But when it looks like a game and when it looks tough and you're in the red zone, it seems like Lincoln Kienholz has the edge there. So,
do you think that, all right, let's play devil's advocate. If Lincoln wins the job, do you think you will lose Julian?
I mean, I don't know that answer.
Because I think
it would be hard to see a place for yourself when you know who's behind, waiting there. You got one of the top quarterbacks in the country waiting in the wings in the next couple of years, right? And Tavian St. Clair.
I think if it's vice versa, I think 100% you lose Lincoln. If Julian starts, I think you lose Lincoln after the season. But if Lincoln starts, Julian, this is technically he's a sophomore this year.
I think he's a junior.
Redshirt sophomore.
But I mean, junior eligibility, he can go.
He's a junior eligibility
because he was at Bama for a year.
I thought he didn't.
No, he I don't know if he played, but he was there for a year and then came up here.
I thought he enrolled early.
No, he actually was
and
there.
left.
Yeah.
No, he was there
before the season started.
So this will be year 3 for him in college.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you're going to lose one of them for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Going back to the competition, though, I still go back to the business of college football where they went in the portal and got Julian. I'm sure they had to spend some money to get him. They had Aaron Nolan here already. They basically sent him packing for Julian. And it just seems like, to me, unless Lincoln is significantly better, the tie is going to go to Julian Sayin. And it seems really close right now. So I feel like he's still the favorite.
Everything you're saying makes a lot of sense. The one thing I took away from talking to Ryan Day, and the thing that he made clear to everyone he talked to, was the room will know meaning the locker room. Locker room will know who the starter is, and they'll let us know. And everybody you talk to around there, if they said it was today, would probably tell you the locker room says it's Lincoln Kienholz is the guy they want. That's the guy they would want in the trenches with them. Who is?
He's a true sophomore. I was right. I think
Julian Sayin.
It say he was he was class of 2024.
Did he reclassify? I could have swore he was there.
I thought he enrolled early, and then before the season started, he left, and then that's when he came here. So like last year, he was a true freshman.
All right. I didn't know he was a true freshman last year. If that's the case, then you're right. He has another year.
Is that your sophomore?
All right. Well, we'll double check that. Coming up next, though, Derek Jeter said something stupid about the Reds. That's in 2 minutes, and clip that. We'll let you hear it. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, we're not watching any major crashes on your Central Ohio roadways. Busy traffic from an incident earlier this morning on 270 northbound near Tuttle Crossing and on 71 near downtown. But like I mentioned, everything right up to speed. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Empower.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Only at AAA Tire and Auto Service. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid August 1st through August 30th. See store for details.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh, my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
Over the weekend, we had a little bit of a situation with the Reds. You might remember they played a game, Tyvis, out at Bristol Motor Speedway. Mm-hmm. And it was a bit of a crappy weekend because Reds and Braves supposed to go on Saturday. They had a massive rain delay. And then ultimately they played an inning and a half of the game, suspended it, played the rest on Sunday. Reds ended up losing 4-2. But in the pregame of this, they were talking about how great Elly De La Cruz was. And Derek Jeter had high praise for Elly De La Cruz. That's not stupid. But what conclusion Jeter comes to, I don't agree with at all. Here's what he said.
This is what I hope. I hope for the baseball world, the Cincinnati Reds, whether it's this year or next year, they need to get into the postseason so the rest of the baseball world can watch him. Because he's fun to watch. And like you said, a lot of people don't know about him. He's sort of flying under the radar. He's someone that everyone needs to see.
So, okay. Elly De La Cruz is a guy everybody needs to see. He's fantastic. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody who's a Reds fan would disagree that it'd be great to see them in the playoffs this year or next year. Of course, that's true. What I have a problem with is Derek Jeter saying, America needs to find out who this guy is. Whose fault is that? Isn't that the Fox's fault? You work for Fox. You work for all. You're part of a major league broadcast team. I know Derek Jeter doesn't make the decisions on that, but yeah, the Reds should be on your TV more often. They're an exciting, entertaining, young, good team. If they're not on national TV, it's not because of their location. It's because Fox executives are dumb. That's the problem. Or the people who make decisions for whatever TV network, ESPN, whoever. That's stupid and short-sighted if you're not putting good young teams like the Reds on TV more often who have elite star players like Elly De La Cruz. I can't help it he's not in L.A. That this shouldn't matter.
I agree with you. I will say that but I also understand why Fox didn't have him on. Like, like this, maybe for next season, because things are trending up for the Reds, maybe next season they will get more national games. But coming into this season, I understand why they were like, we're not going to get them that many national games. Because why would you?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Why would you?
Here's why. The
same reason the Guardians, though. Why would you?
Here's why. A few reasons. But one is this. If you're trying to, it is good for the TV partners. They're so short-sighted, and it drives me crazy. It's good for TV if your product is popular, right?
Okay.
So if all you do is give us a slice of your product, right? If you put on the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Cubs, that's a slice of the greatness of Major League Baseball. Some of those games are great. They're fun. The stadium's packed, all that stuff. Some of those games are crappy and terrible, right? Instead of looking for the slice and then saying, do you want the same slice of pizza 100 different times in a year, all the broadcast Fox has, what they should do is say, let's give you a little bit of all the menu, all the different pizzas we offer. If Major League Baseball is a pizzeria, apparently. Like, I'm just saying, don't just give me the cheese slice every time. Be like, well, that's the most popular. That's what everybody wants. Show me what you do, and that includes give me the Reds a handful of times. Give not just the biggest names.
You don't know what they're going to be.
You don't have to.
Yes, you
know,
do.
No, you know that, okay, Major League Baseball team didn't know that, like, the Reds have a good young pitching staff. They have Ellie De La Cruz. They have some stars there that are in the making. Now, did anybody know they were going to be this good this year? Maybe, maybe not, but that's their job. Their whole job is to figure out what games are going to be exciting and good.
T-Bone, I think you forget, like, some people are bad at their job.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's right.
Like, you would think that, like, somebody that spends all the time watching these teams play, like, they would be able to, like, oh yeah, that will be a good game. And the sports is so, you can't really predict sports that much to where some games, like, for example, who would have thought that the Marlins was going to sweep the Yankees this weekend?
Sure,
nobody would have ever predicted that.
I would have. The Yankees stink right now.
Yeah, they stink, but the Marlins.
But I understand that
they got swept by the Marlins.
You can't know that, and I agree with you that if people see Yankees, Red Sox, they're more likely to tune in than they are if they see, I don't know, White Sox, A's, right? I get it. Like, some fan bases have a lot more excitement for their team than others, but Reds fans should definitely fall into the category of they will turn up and tune in no matter what, because they are the Reds. Like, the Reds are I don't understand this conversation around, we got to get them out of this small market. Yeah, Cincinnati's a small market, but the Reds are not they're the biggest deal in that city, more so than, like, the White Sox in Chicago, not as big of a deal as the Red Sox are in Cincinnati, right?
Well,
like, there are
as many teams
for many years with the Mets. The Mets were not as big a deal in their city as the Yankees were. Yeah. So the Angels right now, who cares? No one. But they're in a big market. My point is, you shouldn't look at just market size. You should look at how exciting the team is. And by the way, Padres get on TV a lot. They're a small market. San Diego's not a big market, but they've got names. They went out and spent. So I guess on that standpoint,
Machado, Fernando, Tatis.
Yeah, where are they going? Where, by the way, where are the Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, all those big name clubs? Where are they going to go get their great players in 2 to 4 years?
The small market.
They're going to get them from Cincinnati and Cleveland. So, like,
they ain't getting them from Cleveland. We don't have anybody to give.
Stephen Kwan.
Yeah, they have Stephen Kwan.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there.
My point.
This is a great time to remind all the Guardians front office that they should pay Stephen
Kwan. I agree with you. My point is, that's a problem, right? The Reds and Guardians should be paying these players. You should not be anticipating them leaving. But what it sounds like is Major League Baseball, you have Derek Jeter, who's as plugged into any of it, saying, someone should really do something about this problem where the players aren't known very well. It's like, that's Fox. That's like me being at a grocery store with my own kids, knocking everything off the shelves, and I look at another parent and go, someone should do something about these kids. And it's like, that's me. I'm the one in charge of them. That's my fault. Why are we looking to someone else to do this, Derek Jeter?
Every time my kids act up, I always look at my wife and say, I blame the parents.
You have to blame.
What I don't understand about this rhetoric in every sport of, like, oh, we need to get them to a bigger market. I feel like that conversation's been amplified recently, and I feel like it should be the opposite. Like, does it really matter anymore? Like,
No.
Between, like, social media, I mean, if you want to be closer to New York or LA to do other stuff, like, flights nowadays, man, you could just hop on the PJ,
right?
You know,
right.
You know what's interesting is we talking all this market and all this money stuff. They get this salary cap.
Oh, no, it would be the best thing.
The Guardians and the Reds would be like, yes.
Of course.
Yes.
And what would be good, by the way, for the sport as far as interest in what would be better is to have the majority of your talent concentrated to the coasts, half of it being the West Coast where it's 3 hours behind. And that means all the East Coast isn't going to watch. Stay up. Shohei Ohtani would probably drive even more ratings for baseball if it wasn't the fact that half his games are on at 10 p.m.
I wish the Guardians would have sold their entire organization for him for 1 year.
Oh, my gosh.
I know it would only been a 1 year thing, but I would have did it. Everybody would have been for sale, but Jose.
He even him, I think you'd have to just to get Shohei Ohtani.
No, because that's only for 1 year. No.
Well, all right, fine. I'm pointing out that it's not great for the business of Fox, ESPN, and whoever else is going to have Apple with the Major League Baseball package. If Major League Baseball isn't as popular around the country when the Reds are on, or when teams that are not on the East and West Coasts are on, then that's bad for the health of baseball. Not good. It's bad. You should have the Rangers on more often, right?
How often,
they're a decent sized market. They're obviously very good.
How often do you sit down and watch baseball games?
Probably a few times a week. I'll probably throw it on.
Is it just the Mets?
No, I'll throw on if there's I usually will watch the national games. I'll have them on in the background. Okay. I will try to check in on a Reds or Guardians game a week. But obviously, I've got kids, we're doing stuff. But when I get a chance to sit down, yes, if it's on, I'll sit there and watch it. Okay. But no, I'm not carving out. Unless I did have time carved out to watch some of that baseball, the Bristol thing.
Yeah.
But then it got rained out and then my window closed. And so Sunday I didn't have time and I didn't get to see it. I had to go watch the highlights.
I saw a quote that said that this was the Fire Fest of MLB.
Well, I think that's in part because Bristol Motor Speedway hosts NASCAR events a lot of times. And when you host a NASCAR event, Bristol allows you to bring in a cooler with food and drink allowed. And that includes beer, any alcohol that's in a can, you can bring into Bristol in a cooler, okay? So NASCAR fans are used to that. When we show up to Bristol, we bring all our food with us, and then we might go to the concession stand still and get something, but it's not a necessity, it's a plus. I don't know what the policy was for this thing, but if they didn't tell fans they could bring coolers in, that's shame on them. Because I bet you a lot of baseball fans would have loved being able to bring in a stocked cooler of beer and whatever else they wanted, and then maybe the concession lines wouldn't have been so bad. Obviously, you can't do anything about the rain, but it sounds like the concession lines were a mess, and I'm guessing most of the fans who went either weren't told or maybe it wasn't allowed that you could bring in a cooler. If they staffed it the same way as they do a NASCAR race, when 90% of the people have a cooler with beer and food in it, then the concession lines would be fine.
A cooler with lemonade.
Sure. But if you did that, you wouldn't have to go to the concession stand as often. That's what NASCAR fans do when they go there. And I wonder if that's not how they planned it.
Why would they let you bring a cooler in?
Because NASCAR's cool like that. Indy 500, they let you do that too.
I guess.
I barely bought anything at the Indy 500 all the years I go. I bring all my beer with me. I bring my food in.
Why not lemonade?
I bring water. I hydrate.
No.
I put lemon packets in it, yeah.
I also think the only reason they played that first inning was because the spectacle of it. Because I bet you there was a lot of people that had a Sunday flight that didn't feel like, they never flying out on Monday.
There were puddles in the dirt. They're not usually playing in that. But they knew they had to get something for TV and everybody else that waited around. You're right. Things not going well for a Michigan man in the NFL. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no major crashes that we're watching. Busy traffic on 315 near campus and on 71 near downtown, but everything else looking nice and clear. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Men, summertime is here. And that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Tri-State Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Make back to school a good deal better with breakfast essentials and back to school supplies from Meijer. Start the day with low prices on Meijer brand favorites such as Toasted Oats Honey Nut Cereal, Cinnamon Applesauce, and Meijer brand Chewy Chocolate Chip Granola Bars. Then stock up and save on supplies for $1 or less, like Meijer colored pencils, Meijer 2-pocket paper folders, and 10-count Crayola markers. Plus, all backpacks are 20% off. Heading back to school with what you need to succeed. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Parents, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We're listening.
Yeah. Are your teens good with money?
She's a good kid.
She's the
but
best,
yeah.
I get it. Switch to Huntington Bank, and your teen debit card can really help.
Oh?
You can set spending limits, and your kid can track budgets, so they learn that money doesn't, in fact, grow on trees.
I think we need this.
Sounds good, yeah. We feel you, parents. Let's get more from teen banking. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Other stations in town have started using AI voices. It's because they're cheap and they think you're stupid. Well, we may think you're stupid, but we don't think you're cheap, damn it. We're live and local with real people. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, there was a quote from Terry Francona. He was asked about, hey, have you ever been to a NASCAR race? What do you think about being at Bristol? Because they played there over the weekend, and he said this little anecdote, which I enjoyed.
I know nothing about NASCAR. Yeah. I was with the Indianapolis Speedway once for time trials. The cars would come by so fast. Broke your neck. I got bored, so I went on the infield, and they were throwing some gal up on a towel, and her top would come off, so I was like, I'll stay here for a while. That's the extent of it.
That's Terry Francona, manager of
eyebrows raised. Oh, really?
Oh, the infields at auto racing events are wild, to say the least. But Indianapolis is known. They call it the Snake Pit. It's a crazy time. Yeah, it's you can see stuff like that.
You know what that tells me? That I'm going to stay far away from it.
It's not for you.
Far away from
fine.
it.
Good for you.
I like my life, so I'm going to just stay away.
You just got that house. You don't want to lose it.
Listen, now Dylan on the other hand.
Dylan just got season tickets. Dylan's like, wait, do what now? Hang on a second. How do I get in?
I'll be there.
Yeah. So things are not going well for J.J. McCarthy. I don't know. It depends on who you ask, right? On the one hand, there was a story that came out of camp for J.J. McCarthy with the Vikings. He did not play last year with the, torn meniscus?
Yeah.
Made him out all the year. So he's essentially still feeling it out like a rookie. There was a moment where I guess on Saturday during the practice, there was like one of the guys kind of got offense and defense kind of got tangled up. And I think the offensive lineman who was getting pushed around, J.J. McCarthy, felt like the defensive lineman shouldn't have been doing that. So he goes up to a 6'5", 260-pound defensive lineman and shoves him in the chest and kind of barked at him.
Wait, he shoved the D lineman.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy stood up for his guy.
Okay.
And then that sparked a scrum that got big, and he got out of that. But then all his teammates were like, that was awesome. That was effing great. I love seeing that out of our quarterback. So they really liked that aspect of what he brought. He's
a
competitor. He's fiery.
Yeah, I like that.
Then there's this anecdote from the same practice where apparently it said once the pads came on, McCarthy and the entire Vikings offense have struggled to move the ball during practice. During one 8-play sequence of starters versus starters, the offense gained positive yards only once in 8 plays. Working against a defense that has unleashed its full arsenal of blitzes and coverage disguises, McCarthy's accuracy has been inconsistent, particularly in the red zone. He has led receivers out of bounds and thrown high to a number of open targets running along the back line. At one point during a meeting with reporters, Kevin O'Connell felt compelled to look up and say, quote, "The sky has not fallen, so it's all good." So it's a mixed bag with J.J. McCarthy, to say the least.
I mean, they're going to have to be delicate with this thing. You was hoping, with the fact that he had the year in the NFL but didn't play. You would hope that he was learning from Sam Darnold, listening to the conversations, watching the game, seeing it. Obviously, it's different when you get in there, but the mentality portion of it is the part that he should have trained a lot last year. What is the difference between being a Wolverine and being a Viking? The game speeds up so much, but mentally, if you can get a lot of those pre-snap things where you can tell what defense they're in, where the pressure's coming from, do I need to change the play, how fast I need to do all these things, how fast I need to process all these things. When you get your opportunity, that should be second nature. And then after that, football is football once the ball is snapped, which is he's a first-round talent. He should be able to do that with the best of them. It seems to me, I don't know how much he actually paid attention to that part, because that's a big part of it. And as far as the throwing and stuff goes, that comes with chemistry. Obviously, the only way you're going to get that chemistry is to continue to take those reps with those guys. I wouldn't say that this is a lost cause for him at all. When it comes to their offense struggling and can't gain yards, you have to realize that Brian Flores is their defensive coordinator. The Vikings were at a lot of last season were the number one defense in the NFL for a long portion. I don't remember where they finished, but I know that they were the number one defense for a long time. So he's fighting the uphill battle. This is probably one of the tough defenses he's going to see this year. And if he can get some success with them, that will build confidence for him to be successful during the regular season.
Kind of tough when maybe they're not telling you what the defense is going to run. Like at Michigan where you had that information. Suddenly it was real easy to know, hey, the ball goes here. I can throw it there.
Would you look at that as a knock on him, as far as
yes.
The Vikings?
Yes. I don't believe in J.J. McCarthy at all. I'm just going to put that out there. I didn't believe in him in college. I couldn't believe he beat the Buckeyes. I couldn't believe they won a national championship.
I just don't know. I don't think he's trash.
He's in the NFL. I agree.
Believe that I still am going to say what they ran with the Wolverines is very similar to what the Vikings is going to run. So he should be at least comfortable. It's not like this is foreign.
You know what's not similar? The defenses that are running against that offense. It's the NFL. And if you can't read it in college and you get the NFL, and I'm saying people don't be all the Michigan people who are all great about this. Jim Harbaugh set a lot of dudes back when they got the NFL. Because if you're letting
what dudes?
No, if you're getting that's fair too, right?
Say what quarterback What you talking about? They've been trash.
I know. No, but I'm saying like just in general, if you ran an offense and a defense where all the guys on the field were like, guys, this is the play. We know what we're getting from Connor Stallions, even though Jim Harbaugh says he knew nothing about that. Those guys, that's not going to work in the NFL. If you're training for the job that you want, right? That's what college is supposed to prepare you for, even in football. They're not going to have this level of intel in the NFL. It's too secretive. Everybody's on headsets now. The colleges too because of Jim Harbaugh. But I'm just saying. So what did Jim Harbaugh do? He propped his own career up.
It's not
got out of Michigan.
It's because of Connor.
Yeah, sure.
What's Caleb Williams' excuse for looking bad this weekend? Then
I need to see this play.
He went 0 for 4 in the net drill. Tyvis, like, literally just couldn't hit the target, and then probably threw one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's what I was telling Tyvis.
You know what I'll say to that? I blame the coaches.
Hey, well,
I blame the quarterback coach.
He should call it. You know what he should do? Maybe he should call the quarterback room and talk and do his scheduled interview.
That's his fault.
Nice.
Bad karma. That's what that is.
One of the best players in the NFL took his contract situation to a nuclear level of heat over the weekend. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. We're not watching any major crashes across your central Ohio interstates. Busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side, also on 270 out near Dublin, but no major crashes that we're watching right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor-quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit eventriskinc.com.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. Keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic, it's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
The roof of your home protects what matters most in your life. Your family, your memories, your peace of mind. So when it comes time to replace the roof over your head, you need a name you can trust. Newman Roofing. Don't just take our word for it. Here's our friend Cindy on why she chose Newman Roofing over all the rest.
We had interviewed and talked with several other roofing companies around the city. The salesperson that came to speak with us was extremely knowledgeable, answered questions, took his time with us. We were happy to make Newman our choice.
And you'll have peace of mind knowing that on the day of the installation, we'll give you and your home the respect it deserves.
The guys arrived right on time. The crew leader came and talked with us, let us know what they were going to be doing. He was here all day with the crew. That itself was very impressive.
If you're thinking about your roofing or siding, give Newman Roofing a call today.
We were very happy with our experience, and we would highly recommend Newman to anybody we talk to.
Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol Motor Speedway between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves finished up yesterday after being pushed back from Saturday afternoon. The Braves beat the Reds 4-2. Atlanta's Eli White accounted for all 4 RBI with a 3-run blast in the second inning and a solo shot in the 7th. The Reds start a series with the Cubs at Wrigley tonight. First pitch is at 8:05. The Cleveland Guardians also lost yesterday 5-4 to the Minnesota Twins. The loss snapped a 4-game winning streak for the Guards, who sit 3 games out of a playoff spot. Cleveland starts a series in New York versus the Mets tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971 or hop in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right in there. Hope your weekend was good.
The Wolverine guy's in there.
Oh, well, you know what? He loves to talk, and I can't blame him. His team has won a bunch of games in a row against the Buckeyes, so Michigan men are going to chat about that. They're going to make it happen.
He says that you're using excuses and it makes you look soft.
Who's using excuses?
That's what he said.
Who, me?
He said, come on, Bone. Excuses make you look soft.
For what? What excuses did I make? Oh, I guess I said J.J. McCarthy's trash, but that's real.
No, he was talking about because they know he knew all the plays.
He did.
So they saying that he using that as
fine. Michigan man, look, you got a ring out of it. I don't blame you for loving him. I'm just telling you, we all saw games where J.J. McCarthy's throwing like passes to wide open guys who are literally stopped on the field and there's no one 10 yards around him. Is that just because Michigan schemed it up right, or because they knew what the defenses were running and they knew where to put the guys? Now that's fine to help you win college football games. And if you want to say that was all Michigan being smart, great. What I'm telling you is J.J. McCarthy isn't going to have guys. They're not going to have time to stand around and wait for the ball in the NFL. He's going to get picked a lot. So he better get really, really good from what he was in college. He better improve by like 100% from what he was in college if he wants to be a good player in the NFL. That's all I'm saying.
I also personally got called out in the YouTube chat by Rusty for saying, he said, stop looking up LeBron highlights and look up the stats. This morning, I'm not looking up LeBron highlights. I was watching Arch Manning highlights at Isidore Newman High School.
What's wrong with you?
But
you're insane.
But what Rusty wants clarified, so Julian's saying he did enroll at Alabama and do some practices there, but then when Saban retired in that very same offseason, he then left. So technically a transfer, but didn't use any of his eligibility at Alabama. So I guess we were all right in a way.
Well, but Tyvis was right. Tyvis was right that he's only a true sophomore.
Wait a minute. Don't do that. We were all right.
Yeah.
No, we were not.
He's not. When you think of a true freshman, you think of a high school kid, recruiting a high school kid. He was technically a transfer still.
You were just right. No, a true freshman is a guy who has not played.
Right. But I think
in college,
our minds don't think of it that way. But now with the transfer portal stuff, anything can happen, I guess. And Julian Sain is really like the first example of a high school kid. He enrolled for a month and then left.
Here's the good news. If Julian Sain wins the starting job, it means he's going to be here this year. And then presumably, assuming he wants to keep being the starting quarterback at Ohio State, and he's good next year too. Because he can't leave until his junior year, so he's got one more year after this one. So if he wins the job, then that's great. I remain not convinced that he will win the job. I think it's very much an open competition. I believe everything they're saying over there because...
Are you saying that Lincoln is your pick?
I'm not saying he's my pick. I'm saying when Ryan Day says that, I don't think it's just lip service. Oh. I think they would prefer Julian Sain take the reins, but I think in every other way but the mechanics and all the stuff you see in drills, I think Lincoln Kienholz... You talk to people over there, it seems like he's got a bit of an edge when it comes to the locker room. He was very good in red zone drills, which is, as you know, very important when it comes to practice to figure out who's doing what. Now, that's one practice, right? Like you said earlier in the show, 2 weeks from now, we'll have a lot more clarity, but that's also when guys start to separate because then camp gets harder, the lights go away a little bit, and you're just there working.
Well, at some point, I feel like at some point in camp, the depth chart has to get set because right now it's ones on ones, twos on twos, threes on threes. There's a lot of that going on. But at some point, you got to turn your attention to it. Got to become a scout team because we got to get ready for Texas. ASAP.
Speaking of, have you seen the prices for that Texas game? Because I went and looked earlier today. I got up this morning and thought, how much would it cost to go to the Texas game? What is the get in the door price? One ticket,
$250,
$365.
What?
Yeah, get in the door price for the Texas game. The big noon game that no one wants to go to.
Wait, hold on. Like nosebleeds?
I'm saying the worst seat you can get, the cheapest seat
this
on.
Can't be
I looked on Ticketmaster and StubHub. StubHub was $360 something, and Ticketmaster was $375. Both of those are before fees, folks. So you're probably playing close to $400.
I know you lying.
Get in the door ticket.
I know you lying.
Go look it up. I look for one ticket and see what comes up as the cheapest one available. Because that was what it gave me. It said $365, $375. So yeah, if you've got tickets you're selling and you want to undercut the market, now would be the time to throw them up there and get for $250. You probably get them gobbled up real quick.
I say the cheapest ticket is $361.
Did I lie?
Section 1C, row 19.
Okay, so you're in the end and up. That's I'm telling you, man. And there were seats going for over $5,000.
You know what though? It don't bother me. You know why? Because I will be in Maryland.
Okay. Do you get offered season tickets by Ohio State as a former player?
Yes.
And you don't take them?
No. And
why don't you take them and sell them? What's wrong with you?
Because I'm an idiot. You know what's funny? His dad, Cardell, had told me that. No, Dustin Fox told me that. And he said the same thing last. He's like, you don't get the season tickets? I was like, no. He was like, dude, you know how much money you missing out on? I was like, I never even thought about that.
So now,
I try to excuse me for trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, all these former players turn into ticket scalpers. You're doing the right thing, Tyvis, by just not going to the games and not jacking the prices up. Good for you. What a nice guy.
The reason why I asked him that is because I do know a former player or two that do that. I'm not going to say any names, but
yeah, well, that's fine. I know this whole narrative that we heard last week from Dan Wetzel, where it was like, maybe Ohio State gets a little too crazy around Michigan. We can have the discussion about what is the best way for the coaching staff to get through to the players and to figure that all out. But as we talked about last week, Urban Meyer took that rivalry pretty seriously and went undefeated. I don't think that's the reason why Ohio State's lost the games they have here recently. But college football fans are passionate. Ohio State fans are as passionate as anyone in college football. That right there, that is why fans get mad when it doesn't go well. When you pay $300, $400 for a ticket to, again, a great game. Ohio State, Texas could be a rematch of the national championship, or it could be a national championship preview is what I'm saying. Who knows? It's a valid reason to pay that money to go to that game. I'm just saying, don't get surprised when fans after that game or after a game in the future are really worked up about something. We invest a lot of time and money into going to these games, watching this team, buying merchandise. You can't expect that level of passion. You can't expect people to pay those prices and then be surprised that they're going to have opinions about the team. They're kind of a little crazy. Yeah, you have to be crazy to spend $1,000 to take three people to a game. That is passion. That is a little bit of crazy, but that's what you love about college football. Don't get mad about that. Embrace it.
You know how you ever want to say something, but if you say it, you know, you got to weigh the pros and cons.
I've worked in radio for 20 years, my friend. I definitely know this thought.
I have a thought that I want to say about Ryan Day, but I don't know if I say it. Like, I know what certain people gonna say.
The only thing now that everybody wants to know is what is on your mind.
Yeah, you already ran down the road. You might as well just keep going.
What? We're up against it. I can't. You have to come back and find out.
Saved by the bell or by the clock here. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna actually get to the story I teased for the last segment because we got to talking about Ohio State, which is fine. There's a player in the NFL who took his contract situation to another level. Ownership responded, so we have all that for you. And maybe Tyvis will let you know what he's thinking. Next, T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. 2 small spots, crews working to clear up. 670 eastbound, the right shoulder blocked off in those eastbound lanes just past 5th Avenue as you're heading eastbound. And then on the west side, we've also got a disabled vehicle on I-70 eastbound. The right shoulder blocked off just past 142. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
It's like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
This date, August 4th, 1960, we have a Billy Martin highlight. And while Martin is mostly remembered for his playing and managing days with
with the New York Yankees. The second baseman played one season for the Reds in 1960, nearing the end of his career. On this date in Wrigley Field, the fiery Martin charged the mound to tangle with Cubs pitcher Jim Brewer. Martin socked him and broke his cheekbone. The Cubs thought he was so out of line, they sued him for $1 million, prompting Martin's classic response, "How do they want that, cash or check?" The lawsuit was eventually dismissed. Martin later went on to manage the Yankees in 2 World Series victories, but a brawl for Billy on this August 4th, 1960, this date in Reds baseball.
This date in Reds baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week. But not OJ, because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
It's hard to believe, but the new school year really is just around the corner. Now is the time to start getting your family back into a good routine and sleep schedule so your kids will be ready to learn when they head back to class in a few short weeks. Ohio's public school educators can't wait to share a great new school year with our students.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A nice, refreshing start to our Monday with mostly clear skies and wake-up temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. This afternoon, mostly to partly sunny skies with our highs in the mid to low 80s. And then for tonight, skies will become partly cloudy overnight with our lows down in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Podcasts are a thing. You can find them wherever you get podcasts. It makes sense, but one you should have is the one that we do, T-Bone and Tyvis. This show you're listening to every day is podcasted. So last week when we were out for OSU practice, Thursday and Friday, we talked to Ryan Day, Brian Hartline, Ross Bjork, Matt Patricia. That Matt Patricia interview is one of my favorites of all time. We had a lot of fun with him, and I didn't know what to expect from a guy who's, been known kind of as a curmudgeon in his previous stops, being a Bill Belichick guy, but he was a lot of fun to talk to. Anyway, if you want to hear all those interviews, they're all podcasted for you wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. Every show will come right to your device. It will be free of charge because that's how podcasting should work, and that's how we do it here at The Fan. So one of the best players in the NFL kind of went nuclear with his take on his contract. This whole story blew up last week with Micah Parsons. I want to say this was on Friday after we got off the air when he put out a statement more or less saying, I have no trust in this organization to do right by me. So I am requesting a trade. Not I'm holding out. I am requesting a trade. So what do you know of this situation? Because to me, this seems to all stem from Jerry Jones talking to Micah Parsons about a contract. Mm-hmm. And then his agent was like, that's cool. You have to talk to me. And Jerry Jones going, whoa, hey.
Yeah, they had a deal done. They had the deal almost done. And and his agent, David Malagueta, was like, no. Y'all, I don't care what y'all had worked out. That's not how we rolling. We doing this. So then it became, well, Micah's out of it. I'm going to just let y'all two handle it because I pay my agent to handle these things and vice versa. And I guess David Malagueta, I don't know what the number was, what it is, whatever. All I know is it's crazy. As a player, you'll sit there and you'll say, you know what, I'm taking myself out of it. I just want to be paid. I want to be here. I've expressed myself for being here. I could have sat out of camp. I came here at the start of training camp. I've been participating. I've been doing everything. I'm showing you that I want to be here. And all in response, all he's getting is, well, if we pay him, that means we won't have him. He was out 6 games. He was out 4 games. And it's just all this stuff it's just all this subliminal jabs that's being thrown at him. And he's just like, why are you doing it? Like, I ain't said nothing negative about y'all.
He's been there.
Like,
I've been
here. I ain't said that. So to him, he's like, well, bleep it then. Like, if you want to do that, if you want to play that game, then let's both play that game.
Well,
and I'm going to request this trade. That's what happened.
It's so stupid on Jerry Jones's part because stop me if you've heard this before about the Dallas Cowboys and contracts. Since Jerry Jones, talked with Micah Parsons and they supposedly worked out some kind of deal that then, of course, didn't involve the agent. Just pausing right there, Jerry Jones has negotiated more contracts in the NFL than probably anyone alive, probably anyone in history, right? He's owned the team since the late 80s.
Something like that.
He's been running it pretty much as the GM essentially since at least the mid-90s, if not before. But after Jimmy Johnson left, I think it's pretty much been his show where he is fully in charge of all that stuff.
Now, how's that been going?
Not great.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I can't say that. He gave a guy by the name of Tyvis Powell a little opportunity, and he helped him get his pension. So shout out to Jerry.
Okay, that aside, all I'm pointing out here is that largely it's been bad. But Jerry Jones knows as well as anyone, you don't negotiate directly with the player. If you do, that's bad faith because the player pays an agent. The agent is there to protect the player's interest and get the most for the player. Whether you like agents or not, I'm not a huge fan of every sports agent that I've ever heard of, but the reality is that's their job. Just like it would be the same thing as if you were getting interrogated by the police and the police know you have a right to an attorney and then they start going, well, yeah, why don't you tell me where you were on this? You don't have to. There's no reason for that. That's why you hire a lawyer. The lawyer takes care of the legal process. The attorney takes care of the process for you in that situation, and your agent takes care of you when you're dealing with the authority figure on your team, the owner, who is trying to get the best deal for himself, not for you.
Well,
that's so whether Jerry Jones had a good heart on that, whether he's like, oh, Micah Parsons is my guy and I love him and I just want to get the best deal for him, doesn't matter. That's not the process, and you know that's not the process, Jerry Jones. You don't do that.
I would think that, for people that don't know, I always break it down like this. There's 2 ways. There's in my little short cup of tea, there was 2 ways I've seen contracts. I've seen a player negotiate his contract, and I've seen an agent negotiate his contract. And you say, well, what's the difference? I'll tell you. Richard Sherman, smart guy. Some people say he's smart. I think he's dumb, but he's got a Stanford degree.
He does have a Stanford degree.
I guess that means something. Yeah. It really don't, because whatever. Anyways,
I think he's a smart guy, but sure.
I don't. Whatever. Anyways, I just talked to him yesterday. He's mad at me because I had sent him a post on Instagram where everybody's talking about he's this great player, and I was like, he's a bum. This guy's a bum. And he said, you would say that. I said, well, I'm a Revis fan. Him and Revis got some.
Revis
so
Island,
they go
baby.
Back and forth. So I always say I'm a Revis fan. Anyways, neither here nor there. But anyway, Sherm negotiated his own contract when he was with San Francisco. He fired his agent. Sherm's not big on agents and all those things. He feels like he can do it himself. So when he negotiated his contract, it was a good contract for him. However, it was heavily incentives based. Meaning, if I became all-pro, if I became a Pro Bowler, you pay me X amount of dollars. If I don't make these things, then you don't have to pay me those type of dollars.
Right.
So when you look at the contract, it could be a contract worth $40 million, but if you don't hit your incentives, they give you 20. Like, it could be something like that. And for an agent, they'll say, no, we want you, whether you hit those numbers or not, I want you to still get $40 million. So... Or it might not be 40 million. It'd be like maybe 30. So you might miss
somewhere
out on 10
better
million.
than losing half your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So for agents, their job is I want to protect you whether you perform or not. I want you to still get paid. So when players do it, they bet on themselves to be good.
Which is totally within exactly what would work for an owner.
Correct.
In that situation.
So in this situation.
And they know that. And Jerry Jones knows that.
Yeah,
that Micah Parsons is going to say, yeah, give me this deal with all these incentives. That's fine. I'll hit all those.
And Jerry was probably like, yeah, that's okay, cool. Like, he probably was like, you know what, Micah? You're young. You're top in this league.
Yep. Buttered him up.
You make all pro like you've been doing for these last couple of years, we'll give you $5 more million.
The reason people hire agents in our business, in sports, in name your walk of life, Hollywood, right? They do this because when the negotiation time comes and the agent is trying to get the best deal for the player or the person they're working for, that is when management goes from you're the best, oh my gosh, we love you, you're so awesome, to like, actually, you could get hit by a bus tomorrow and we don't know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. Like Jerry Jones kind of did when he was talking to the media. That's when
get hit by a car.
Right. That's literally what he said last week. That's where it gets to a point where you don't want to hear what ownership thinks of you. You don't want to hear what your GM or your coach thinks of you, or like some of their criticisms might be a little too much for you. That's why people hire agents. Mm-hmm. So then the agent can go and say, all right, this is what he's worth. The team then goes from, oh, you're the best, you're the greatest, to, well, actually, his production fell off a little bit if you look at this metric and that. They'll find things to try to get the best deal. That's where it gets messy. But I don't blame Micah Parsons for having an agent. He should. By the way, since Jones and Parsons met back in March, when maybe if Jerry Jones had engaged David Mulligetta, his agent, in those conversations, maybe they'd have a deal done. Since that time happened, 3 guys have signed at the same position as Micah Parsons. Myles Garrett got 4 years, 160. Max Crosby got 3 years, 106. TJ Watt, 3 years, $123 million. So whatever the price was for Micah Parsons, it's probably higher now.
Well, Jerry said that, I'd rather wait and pay him just to make sure it's the right deal or so, whatever he said.
Right, yes, he has said that. But also, that's fine if you want to wait another full season. But you literally could have had this done in March or now. There's been 0 football played, and now the price has gone up since March because Jerry Jones drags his feet.
My whole thing is...
And by the way, now you've pissed off this player to the point where he's openly asking for a trade. I don't think it's going to happen, but that's
at the end
why.
Of the
and
day.
now you've got guys in the locker room posting saying, I'm with Micah Parsons. CeeDee Lamb has posted stuff. Now you've got guys on the team saying, this sucks for our guy, Micah, who's doing the right thing here. So now, is that worth it to you, Jerry Jones, to turn your team kind of against ownership just so you can save $20 million, $10 million, 15, whatever the number is?
He can come to Cleveland.
And what?
Him and Myles Garrett, man.
Oh, that. I thought you meant Jerry Jones. I was like,
I ain't talking about no Jerry Jones.
We've got Wish.com Jerry Jones up there now. Jimmy Haslam.
Jimmy Haslam and Jerry is like pretty, they about the same.
And all those guys that signed that you mentioned, all older than Micah Parsons.
So he's going to get a huge number, you would think.
He's only 26, I believe.
And we've been talking, all those guys were close to 30 or are 30.
Man, this. I don't see him getting traded. I don't. I think this is just.
Oh, I think it's all semantics.
Yeah, it's just.
It probably is.
Let's keep Dallas Cowboys interested and keep them in the national.
This is so Dallas of them. It's like, how are you going to have your star player requesting a trade, but yet you want him in training camp and you want them to have a bounce back season this year? It's like
it's always that. It's like they shoot themselves in the foot and then wonder, how does this keep happening? It's because of you. It's
poor Ted and Bodie.
I know. The Cowboys fans around here. By the way, here's Jerry Jones talking about the Micah Parsons situation.
As always, in any relationships, there are different moods at different times of your relationship. That's what it is. Don't lose any sleep over.
So just to be clear,
that's one thing I would say to our fans. Don't lose any sleep over.
I mean, it you know what's great is after all this has happened, go to the public and then minimize Micah Parsons' concerns and say, don't even worry about it. He's fine. He's not going to do anything. Like that. That seems like the worst thing you could do right now in this situation, but that's what he did over the weekend.
Well, money makes everybody feel better.
I know, but I didn't.
Myles Garrett said he was
pay him back in March.
He was adamant that he didn't want to lose. He wanted to win and get to the playoffs. and they showed him their money, and he said, "Forget everything I said."
Yeah, he's right.
Major cash.
Yeah, he got major cash. That's right, Mike Francesa. All right, a Browns reporter got to have about as clean of a shot as you can land on a celebrity, on a star, and she didn't miss. Browns reporter Mary Kay Cabot landed a clean hit on Bill Belichick. We will let you hear that in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching crews clear up a small issue on the west side. I-70 eastbound just past 142. We've got the right shoulder blocked off. And then on 670 right near the airport, we've got the right shoulder blocked off as well. On 670 eastbound, again, that's right near the airport. I'm 10TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
My name is Georgios Tsetis. I'm the co-founder of Nutrafol. My hair started thinning in my early 20s. I tried everything and nothing was really working. So we created Nutrafol. Our hair growth supplements undergo clinical trials and have helped millions of men and women get visibly thicker and stronger hair in just 3 to 6 months.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces and cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. YouTube chat is flying as well. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. We're right there. Matt is in the chat. Heron78, that's our guy who is a huge Michigan guy. He loves to stir it up in there, and we love to stir it right back with him. Hopefully this November we can get some better ammo. We can actually have something to come back at other than, well, maybe this year we'll do it. I hope this year that happens.
When Ohio State wins, he'll probably say the same thing that Buckeye fans said when they finally won. Like, oh, yeah, okay. It's about time.
Oh, yeah, but we got it. Yeah, you're right. It's going to take years to get back to where we were. Where your group had us, where you in the Urban Meyer era.
It starts with year one.
That's right. You got to start somewhere. But that's okay. You got a national championship as well. So I'll, all things considered, that's a good salve to the pain of losing to Michigan. Hopefully this year we don't have to deal with either. We can get another national championship and beat Michigan. That'd be great.
But Tyvis has 4 gold pants and a national championship.
Well, I know.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Don't worry. He'll let you know.
I don't like to talk about it.
So there was, over the weekend, Mary Kay Cabot got an award for, being an outstanding reporter. Long time. She's been covering the Browns since the 90s, right? And being a woman in journalism, she's experienced a lot of, the issues that women face in any workforce, but certainly in a place like the NFL where it's heavily male dominated, she had to go through a lot of people doubting her. Why are you here? She told a story about how one of her first times she was assigned to go cover a team, cover the Browns. They literally wouldn't let her into the locker room. And she's like, you let all the male reporters in. It's time for reporters. I need to be in there. And she said she kicked the door open and went in anyway. So good for her. This is her talking about Bill Belichick. Now, this is about a minute long. But at the end, she lands one of the cleanest shots. It's one of the best roast jokes I've ever heard, honestly. And this isn't even a roast. So here you go.
Bill Belichick was the first Browns coach I ever covered. You see, if you start out with Bill Belichick, no one can rattle you after that. If Bill didn't like something I wrote, he'd call and yell at me. If you asked a dumb question, he'd call you out. Eventually, I had to learn to stand up to him. During one of those yelling matches, I told him, if you don't have the footballs to say that to the guys, then don't say it to me. Bam. But now, I totally understand why Bill gave me such a hard time. I was 28 at the time, and he just couldn't relate to a woman that old.
That's good. I mean, the buildup is nice. You kind of think she's going along with typical. She's a reporter. She's going to try to keep it between the lines, and then she hits him with that. I thought that buildup was great. Good job, Mary Kay Cabot, on that.
That's why she's a legend. Mary Kay is a legend in Cleveland. Obviously, she's been doing it for many, many years. Great relationship with her. She knows how to, every now and again, she either puts a tweet out or says something that's just like, whoa, Mary Kay, where did that come from?
Yeah, you know what, though? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been plenty of times where I've had issues with something she's reported, and I'm like, that seems like we're carrying the water a little bit for the team.
Oh, a lot of people say that about her.
But also, that is, if you go follow a lot of people who cover the Buckeyes, you're going to see that. Cover any NFL team, any college football team is going to have that happen with their like hardcore beat reporters because they cover everything. So I'm not making excuses for her, but what I am saying is I can have my issues with some of that and still acknowledge like she's done a lot in the business and doesn't do that any more than probably what is an acceptable level for most high-level journalists these days. Unfortunately, there is some of that where you have to scratch their back so you get the story.
Yeah, and I've talked to me and Mary Kay have had conversations about that. You know, where she's asked me questions and I've been like, you know, people think, you know, some people say that you are disingenuous for what you're saying, and she gets mad about it.
I'm sure she does.
She hot. She be like, what? She be like, I write all kind of pieces that's opinion pieces and things like that all the time where I criticize certain things. So she feels a type of way when people feel like that. But I also understand from a fan standpoint when they read some of her stuff why they feel the way she feels. I think she tries her best to make sure she keeps her opinion in it, but also tries to do right by the team as well. And it's hard. It's like it's hard to try to flirt with that line, to be good to both sides, to be true to yourself, but also be good to the organization, you know, that's giving you access. You know, she gets probably access to stuff that maybe other reporters don't, and she don't really want to lose that access, so she don't want to put them in a bad light. But sometimes she has to do her job as well and say some of the things that necessarily she might not want to write.
I mean, you don't have a problem with that. You just sell out when it comes to the Browns.
What's wrong?
Yeah, she's not getting a check for the Browns, unlike someone I know. Right.
Wait a minute. First of all, I like to call a spade a spade. The thing is, to me,
they're calling him Tyvis Brook Park Powell.
This is the thing. Hold on. Wait a minute. First of all,
the dome.
My
the
thing is
dome
this.
himself.
I will criticize people that need to be criticized.
I know.
I won't disrespect people, but I will criticize people. The thing is, if I ever get fired from any job because of something I said, like, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm cool with the fact that, like I said, it's honest, it's the truth. This
is
real.
all theoretical and hypothetical. Nothing like it's ever happened, right?
If it's the truth,
I've never had anything like that happen before.
If somebody wants to fire me for saying the truth, then so be it. I can look myself in the mirror with that. It's never. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying. I don't have a problem with that. If I say something and I get fired for it, it's the truth.
If you could see our DMs from like a year ago where I was tweeting you, I was sending you some messages. I was so mad. Anyway, now that Mary Kay situation, she makes that joke about Bill Belichick, and she gets a good line in, right? That like, I'm a 28-year-old. I was an older woman. He couldn't relate to me. Well, that of course got the ire up of Jordan Hudson, who is.
Jordan Hudson said something.
Well, what happened was on Twitter, that made the rounds. People were posting that.
Oh, for sure.
And then someone on Twitter posted, and I don't have the username. It doesn't matter. Just some person. They said, not much of a laugh. No wonder so many have contempt for the media, especially those who want to be the story rather than report on the story. And it's like, well, one, she's getting an award, so she's giving a speech. She's not being a reporter.
Hall of Fame speech, right?
She's being a human and talking about what it's been like to be in. She is the story in this situation because she's getting an award.
Correct.
That's how that works. But Jordan Hudson reposted that from her social, just a random user who commented on this. So she clearly had seen the post and then saw the reply and then liked the reply and reposted it. So it's clearly gotten back to Bill Belichick then. Belichick has heard it, because if Jordan Hudson's heard about it, no doubt Bill Belichick has heard about it. So you know what? I'm sure they did anyway, because this was everywhere over the weekend. But good for Mary Kay for saying what she had to say about Bill Belichick. And you know what, Bill? If you don't want people to say that, treat people better. This is what you get when you're a curmudgeon for 40 years. Like, at some point, you're going to have a few people who don't like how you talk to them, and that's fine.
That's how people feel about me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're a curmudgeon?
That's what
people... Tyvis is just so negative.
It'd be like
and
that.
so hard to deal with.
And he's a thug.
Is that what they're saying? Who specifically? We should probably let people know that that's being said, because those people may not have jobs if that's what they're saying.
Except for when he talks about the Browns. It's only sunshines and rainbows.
Stop that. Stop that. There ain't no sunshines when she's gone. And I know.
Hey, all I know is I'm sure they're good friends and all that, but Matt Patricia was on our show on Friday, and we were joking about, because we asked him about Edric Houston, how he was doing, and that's his guy, right? Defensive lineman who got injured, and he said, I'm going to just go back to my training for when I worked with a guy I used to work with.
He said he wanted to go right back to his training.
Yes.
We're going to go day to day with this. See. But he said he did the right thing. He said, I'm going to let Ryan handle that.
Yeah. So I said that was like, basically, we're on to Cincinnati. And he laughed, because he knows, like, that's Bill Belichick. It's what he does. All right. We're coming back with the Overachiever of the Week. Hall of Fame weekend happened. There's a guy we're going to talk about who, of course, he's in the Hall of Fame. People know he's good, but I don't think you realize just how good. We'll talk about him next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. No major crashes that we're watching, but crews clearing up a small issue on 670 eastbound right near Stelzer Road, right near the airport. Pushed off to the right and traffic still flowing, but watch for crews over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Now's the time to grab a UDF peach shake, malt, cone, or sundae. They're only here for a limited time. UDF peach ice cream, made for you.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Cash, moolah, greenback, toast, Grilla, chips, bread and mold, cheddar, butter, lewd and scratch. Find the lettuce, make a match. Lettuce, gravy, game on the back for $30. That's a wrap. There's many words for cash, no doubt, but there's only one $30 cash word. Check it out. Cash word from Ohio, lottery. It's $30, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions of prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and it's the Toyota National Sales Event all month long at Toyota West. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of no payments for 90 days, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road, or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. No payments for 90 days, deferred payment, interest accrued at time of inception with approved credit, expires 8/31.
Hey guys, Anthony here. You don't have to live with just getting by. Lacking the energy you should have to enjoy life, no fun. You know, I've been telling you about Low T Center for years and how important it is to find out if testosterone replacement therapy is the answer you've been looking for to rebound into a great outlook. Low T Center has been improving the quality of hundreds of thousands of lives with personalized care. And now they have some great news to share. They're introducing women's services to all Low T centers. That's right. Women can now enjoy the same life-changing, medically guided hormone therapy from Low T Center. If your partner is experiencing fatigue, moodiness, or just feeling off, she might benefit from hormone therapy at Low T Center. Help her get back to her best self. And if you still haven't taken the T test, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Imagine how great you'll both feel. Visit fixmylowt.com to schedule your appointment.
1-800-GOT-JUNK does two things differently.
We repurpose a lot of the junk we haul away.
So the donatables get donated to a family that needs them, and the recyclables get recycled.
Your neighbors are happy, and the planet is healthy.
What's number two?
We have enough trucks that we can come the day you call us.
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
And that's good for your neighbors, and for the planet.
And for you, because we can come the day you call us.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Other stations have crappy ratings and they wonder why no one listens. So instead of investing money in local talent, they fire people and plug in AI voices. Gee, real entertainment. Well, all of our dummies are real, damn it. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
One of them is still getting work out there from a college athlete, Jacob Reimer. Taking it to you, Tyvis. How's it going out there with the basketball shooting today?
First of all, what do you mean he's taking it to me? You don't
I just know the history. I know what he usually does.
Right now, the series is 3-2.
Okay,
he's up one game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, so I was winning,
and I was in the middle of about to make it 3-3.
Oh, it was just about to happen until this little thing called your job got in the way. I got it. Yeah, that's too bad. That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. That's tough. Kirk Herbstreit used to be out in the hallways when he worked here, taking calls instead of being on the air.
T-Bone.
So at least you have a better excuse, which is you're trying to beat Jacob Reimer in basketball.
Let Jacob win these last few times. I am not leaving here today with an L under my belt. I'm winning the series. It's 3-2. We back in Cleveland for Game 6.
Reimer has to be on Bishop and Friends after this. He doesn't have time to wait for you to win.
Listen, we only need 2 more games. Right now, it's 3-2.
Are you putting on the T-shirt jerseys, the jerseys?
That's right.
Wear those?
That's right. Yeah. Black jerseys is on. Black T-shirts.
Yeah.
And I'm Kyrie right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love to see that. That's great. All right. Well, can we get to talking about someone who's actually done something with their athletic career, unlike you?
And now, it's time to highlight someone who's better than us in every single way. Meet our Overachiever of the Week.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
This weekend in Canton, we had Hall of Fame weekend. Pro Football Hall of Fame inducting some of the greats, right? And there were plenty of greats. Jared Allen was there, ripping his pants. I saw that. That was fun. You had Eric Allen, legendary Eagles player who made it in. Sterling Sharp, not to be confused with Shannon, Shannon's already in.
Shannon was there.
Shannon was there, right? But Sterling also getting his due. Injuries cut his career short, but he was electric in his time and a fantastic player. And then Antonio Gates got in. That's the guy I want to focus on today for Overachiever of the Week. This is a guy who spent all 16 of his years in the NFL with the San Diego and then eventually LA Chargers. He had 116 receiving touchdowns, 8 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro nods. But the part that makes him an overachiever is the thing that I'm sure everyone knows about with him. Still blows me away. This is a guy who played 0 college football in his career. He played basketball primarily at Kent State.
My alma mater.
Yeah, he is a Golden Flash, baby. So that's a great thing, right? That you can go play college basketball, but his build and everything that was seen, he credits Tim Brewster, who, ironically enough, coached in the Big Ten, was a former Golden Gophers head coach for a time, but he's primarily been an assistant coach throughout his career, largely in the NFL. Tim Brewster apparently came to him and said, dude, if you worked on it and played football, you could be an all-pro tight end in 3 years. No questions asked. You'd be a great. And so he listened. He got himself a job working with the tight ends Tim Brewster was a San Diego Chargers tight ends coach. They believed in him. Marty Schottenheimer was the head coach, so they had that happen. He went there, and obviously we know the rest of that story. But do you know, Tyvis, the story of why he didn't play football in college?
I don't.
Okay, because he played in high school. It's not like he'd never seen a football and was like, tell me of this game you speak of. You wear helmets? Like, he knew of football. He played football. But he was recruited to play at Michigan State. And at the time, Tom Izzo was still the head coach. That was early in his time at Michigan State. He was great. But there was this other guy who was coaching the football team named Nick Saban. And they had actually recruited him to play both basketball and football at Michigan State. But Nick Saban, when he got on campus, or when he started really looking into it, Nick Saban said, well, what we really want for you is not to play tight end. We want you to be on the defensive side of the football as like an edge rusher.
Okay.
Also,
I mean, that's not bad.
This basketball career, who needs it? And you know what? Nick Saban was probably right, because last I checked, Antonio Gates didn't go to the NBA. He went to the NFL, and that's where his success was. He knew Antonio Gates was a better football player than a basketball player, but Antonio Gates really wanted to play basketball. So Nick Saban said, you cannot play basketball if you play for me. So then he said, well, then I guess I'm out. That and the fact he wanted him to switch to defense.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You turned down Michigan State, which in hindsight 2020, I would have did the same thing. I would have told them no.
Yeah.
Because I hope they never win another game. But outside of that, like to turn down major football, like Big Ten stuff, like that's kind of crazy for Kent State.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, sorry, Dylan. No disrespect to Kent State. They got Gates, Julian Edelman, Josh Cribbs. They got some people that did
James Harrison.
James Harrison.
Yeah, that's right.
Got some people that came out of there, but it ain't Michigan State. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, by the way, Antonio Gates, he helped Kent State get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
As a player. Kent State, the Elite Eight. Very impressive. And also, he's the only football Hall of Famer to make the NFL Hall of Fame without playing a single snap of college football.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, this is kind of his story, but the reason that he never played college football, I didn't really know that. And so now finding out that it was because Nick Saban basically told him, hey, man, I don't care about this basketball dream you have. I just want you to play football. And he said, well, screw you, dude. I want to do both. And as it turned out, yeah, I mean, he ended up just playing. Honestly, Kent State, he probably could have played football too if he wanted to, but he just really wanted to play basketball.
I wonder why he didn't do both at Kent State.
Maybe at that point he was just like so turned off by the experience, and maybe he was hearing the same things of like, we want you to play defense, and he was like, fine, I'm done. I'll play basketball.
Well, I tell you what, he opened the door for a lot of basketball players after this, because after he was such a success in the NFL, teams started to just draft basketball players that wasn't going to the NBA and be like, hey, come play tight end. Didn't Jimmy Graham play basketball?
I feel like that's right.
I know Tony Gonzalez did,
did, yeah.
But he's probably pre-Antonio Gates technically.
No, but you're right. Like there was a movement after those guys to start saying, all right, let's look for other talent that just fell through the cracks. I mean, Bill Belichick famously recruited lacrosse players who he said, well, yeah, I know you didn't play football, but you've got the right build of an athlete that I think you could do this and I've got a specific job in mind for you. It's so fascinating to me when you hear about players who played at such a low level of college. We put such an emphasis on who did this guy, when you're drafting a quarterback, you're drafting a big time player, it's always about who did they go against in college? Did they play in the Big Ten, SEC, a tough conference where they faced lots of great defenses, or are they coming from a smaller school? And if they are, then it's thought, well, maybe they didn't play against the right competition. Yes. Antonio Gates played against literally no one in college football and made it to the Hall of Fame.
Jimmy Graham played basketball at Miami from 2005 to 2009. He graduated after a double major. He stayed at Miami after graduating to take graduate classes while playing 1 year of football in 2009, where he had 17 catches for 213 yards with 5 touchdowns. He went third round to the New Orleans Saints.
Let me ask you this question. And this is for you too, Dylan.
That makes me so mad. I am not going to lie to y'all. When I hear these type of stories, it really bothers me. From 9 years old, all I did was play football. Like, you know how hard it was to get at least decent? And then this man plays football for 1 year in college and gets 17 catches, and now all of a sudden he's a third-round pick, and I went undrafted. I'm just saying, man.
I mean, clearly they weren't wrong about Jimmy Graham, though. He might have got drafted purely on potential, but look at the career he had.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything about your career, Tyvis. I didn't say a single word
you
about
insinuate.
it. I did not. Nope, I did not assume anything. You know what they say about assuming, Tyvis.
Now, I love having a two-sport athlete. Like, we have Shohei Ohtani doing, the closest thing you're probably going to see to that nowadays, right? Which is he pitches and also hits and is great at both, right? That's a thing that is rare. Other than that, though, like, for me, the best thing I could see is if someone said, yeah, I'm going to play college football and college basketball, like at a high level, meaning and I don't know if we'll ever see it again where
JTT tried to do it at O State.
And
they shut that down.
Right. That's what I'm saying is that they don't let that happen anymore. But I talked about it last week. My guy, Ricky Dudley, back in the day, tight end and played on the basketball team. The football stuff was great. He went into the NFL eventually, but like the basketball team was not good when he did that.
Jameis Winston was a two-sport. Didn't he play baseball at Florida State?
That's right.
I think he only played for like his freshman or just his freshman and sophomore year, and then he wasn't even at Florida State that long. But
no.
I think he only played for like 1 year though.
But Kyler Murray was a two-sport athlete too in baseball. He was drafted.
He played baseball at Oklahoma?
Yeah.
The whole thing with him was that he was gonna go play baseball if he didn't.
He was a first-round pick by the A's, right?
Yeah, that was when I don't remember who picked him, but I do remember he went on that Super Bowl the shows. Dan Patrick was out for the Super Bowl, and they had him on because the draft process was starting, and they're like, "Hey, so should we shut down all this baseball talk?" And he's like, I don't really want to get into that. And Dan Patrick's like, oh, okay, man, I'm just throwing you a softball here. Like, you're going to play football, right? And he's like, I'm not really saying anything. And and Dan Patrick's throwing up his hands like, I'm trying to help you get drafted.
First round pick.
Shut this down.
See, that's why when we talk about the greatest athletes of all time, if you don't start with Bo Jackson and prime, I don't know why we're having this conversation.
You have to have them yes, they have to both be top
right
5.
After that, Tyvis Powell.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And Mark McGuire on his steroids. I agree.
And then LeBron.
But not Giannis. Giannis is nowhere in this conversation.
Or Michael Jordan.
Which of the Browns... There's 2 rookie quarterbacks at Browns camp. Which one's playing better? Depends on who you ask. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Monday. Still watching crews clear out a small issue on 670 eastbound near Stelzer Road as you're heading near the airport. But everything else looking up to speed for your Monday. 71 starting to pick up near downtown. And a little bit of busy traffic on 270 northbound near Gahanna as you're getting off right near Hamilton Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, our full line of Tyson Fresh Chicken is on sale. Select varieties or buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and I want to talk to you about the roof over your head. You know that thing that protects your house and everything in it? It's pretty important, and a lot of you are going to have to replace it soon, but be warned. There are companies out there that skip over the biggest part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if that attic doesn't have proper circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and rot. You got rot, and not to mention leaks in the wintertime and higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I'm telling you about my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. foundations. They start with a free 21-point roof inspection, including a thorough inspection of that attic as well. They know that if that ventilation isn't right, that roof's going to be built on a shaky foundation. That's why every Victor's roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are also available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and get that estimate today. 866-VICTORS or go to victors.com.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. Keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic, it's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Colin, Man, and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Timmy?
Yeah, we got a lot of fun things going on this month, like karaoke.
And crab legs.
No, not yet. Live bands. We've got food trucks in the outdoor valet area.
Crab legs.
Oh, not yet. On select weekend days throughout the summer. Okay, now crab legs.
And all you can eat crab legs at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Oh, yeah, we love crab legs.
Time for crab legs?
Okay, crab legs.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple of years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab. Just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol Motor Speedway between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves finished up yesterday after being pushed back from Saturday afternoon. The Braves beat the Reds 4-2. Atlanta's Eli White accounted for all 4 RBI with a 3-run blast in the second inning and a solo shot in the 7th. The Reds start a series with the Cubs at Wrigley tonight. First pitch is at 8:05. The Cleveland Guardians also lost yesterday 5-4 to the Minnesota Twins. The loss snapped a 4-game winning streak for the Guards, who sit 3 games out of a playoff spot. Cleveland starts a series in New York versus the Mets tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's Tebow. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
We were talking about it last segment. 2 sport athletes. What a great thing, right? These guys who can play both football and oftentimes basketball is what I was thinking about, because we talked about Antonio Gates making the NFL Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame, played basketball in college, played in the NFL, obviously very well. That's a cool thing. Dion did that, playing in both sports, obviously at a high level. Bo Jackson, but one of our guys in the chat, on the YouTube chat, brought up Joey Velasquez, who is playing for the Buckeyes. Chris brought this guy up, and I had totally forgotten about that story. Joey Velasquez, Columbus guy, played at DeSales, but he is in, I think, his 7th year of college sports, because I think he had the COVID year, and he's had some other years of eligibility added in because of injuries, things like that. But he played both football and baseball at Michigan and at Ohio State. He has played a combined 133 football and baseball games over his time at both those programs.
Well, I got to see him on full display in the softball game, and
that's right.
He still got it for sure.
No, I don't doubt it. I mean, when you're that level of an athlete, he was an all-state guy in baseball at DeSales,
and he looked just like it. And then that softball game.
Yeah, but you know what? He was a special teams guy, played in all the games last year on special teams, won a national. He's also won I hate to say it, he's won back-to-back national championships.
Yeah, he's really broke some rules. I didn't know you could do that. Like, play for both. Like, you got to pick a side and stay there. Like, there's no crossing over.
I mean, the Boren family, you could talk to them about that.
Yeah,
that happened, right?
Yeah,
They did that too.
I don't understand how this is a thing.
What do you mean you don't understand? I mean,
pick a side and that's it.
I agree, but I'm glad when ultimately I will forgive a bad choice in life, right? If you make the wrong choice and then eventually you side with me, all is he admits now this was the better choice.
No, you made your decision. You stay. There ain't no.
I'm glad to have him.
Ain't no comebacksies or give backs, whatever it's called. It's none of that.
Well, I'm glad he's here. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad he picked the right side eventually. Welcome back to Columbus. And he was here last year, but welcome back anyway. So over the weekend, of course, everybody's in camp. NFL camp is going. College football is going. We were out there last week for Ohio State. I saw this tweet from Albert Breer. He was talking about the quarterback battle with the two rookies. Browns camp. I don't think either of them are necessarily going to start, but the question kind of seems to center around who is going to be the first guy who gets an opportunity to start whenever that time should come, if it does. And obviously it's between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Albert Breer said, quote, "I don't know how many times I have to say this, but it's a reality. Dillon Gabriel is ahead of Shedeur Sanders right now and has been since both arrived in Cleveland. Sanders has worked to catch up, but he's got a lot of ground to make up." So Albert Breer is saying Dillon Gabriel is ahead. Okay? Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Daryl Ryder, who works up at the Fan.
Shout out to Daryl.
Yeah. Right or Wrong, FAN on Twitter, in case you have to know how to spell his last name. But yeah, that's his Twitter handle. He said, "I don't know how to say this, but Dillon Gabriel shouldn't be ahead of the ball boys. Every time I watch him, I think to myself, they can't be serious with this kid." So that's two guys.
You got conflicting reports.
Who've watched a lot of football, who've been up at Browns camp, and they're both telling you what they've seen, and they see completely different things.
So I would tell you this. I've watched one practice at the Browns. I went last Tuesday. I went up there and watched it. And on that day, I believe that Dillon Gabriel looked pretty good. However, the thing with him is, one, he throws a really good ball on the run, which – given his size, that's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to be moving. When you run those bootlegs and throw off of that, he's very accurate with that. But then it was a moment in the 2-minute drill where he threw a pick straight to Cam Mitchell, and I'm like, what are you doing? He literally threw it straight to him, and he's been doing that. Then I think I watched the other day, he did the same thing. He threw this pick, and I'm just like, who are you throwing it to? Like you throwing it to the other team on purpose. So he has those moments. And then with Shedeur, the day that I seen him, he was running with the threes. Yeah, he was with the threes that day. And he threw a lot of check downs. And he had one opportunity to throw this dig route. He threw the ball behind the guy, and it was incomplete. So I was upset with that. So I walked away with the day like, okay, Dillon Gabriel looked pretty good on the run, but he makes bad decisions. And with Shedeur, I can't tell because he's with the people that he's playing with.
Right.
Like, they're not going to be in the league. To me, I don't have an honest opinion of what Shedeur is. And not yesterday, I want to say it was either Friday or Saturday. It was a report where it was 2s on 1s. He was with the 2s and he was going up against the 1s defense. He had 3 plays and he threw 2 completions on the 3 plays. One of them was like a whip route from the slot, and they caught it, advanced, so it looked really good. With Shedeur, the thing is, he's gonna have to really make his money in the preseason. Like from everything that everybody tells me is that he has to learn the offense, which is confusing because I thought Pat Shurmur, who was his OC with Colorado, taught Kevin what he knows. So I thought that it would be a easy transition, but apparently there's not. That's just what they saying. Don't shoot the messenger. This is what I'm just hearing. So apparently he's struggling to get in and out of the huddle. They said everything it's a pre-snap thing. It's learning the coverages, learning the adjustments, the audibles, calling the plays, getting guys in and out of the huddles. Like, it's those things. When he snaps the ball and plays football, he's as good as anybody. But it's the stuff before the snap that he's, quote-unquote, struggling with, to where Dylan Gabriel is not, and they trust him more. You know, they can put him in because he's able to handle getting guys in the huddle, understanding where to go with the football and things like that, even though, like I said, he's thrown some terrible balls. I say all that to say neither one of them is ready for week 1.
Well,
it needs to be Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco, whatever one you want to go with.
Who do you think who do you think Kevin Stefanski has more trust for? The guy who's actually played a year in this offense and made it look really good when he was there, or not even a full year, just half a year, or a guy in Kenny Pickett who is younger, but I would just think all signs point to Joe Flacco being your starter, and then at some point, maybe one of the rookies gets to play, and then they deal someone. There's no way I can't imagine them actually having 4 quarterbacks, in that room.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. Maybe the trade happens. Maybe they just release one. I think that, to me, it just depends on what do you want out of this season. That's personally to me. Like, because the Joe Flacco thing, I think Joe is only going to take you so far. I think he's only good for 4 to 6 games, somewhere in that range. 4 to 6 games, he's going to look good, and then it's going to fall off a cliff, and you better have somebody ready to go. That's my personal opinion. Kenny Pickett you're trying to go off of the latest fad or the latest trend in the NFL. Take a guy who was once a former first-round pick and see if you can get something out of him for 1 year. Okay, so Kenny Pickett must be that guy for them this year. If that's the case, and you feel like, okay, what if Kenny Pickett goes out there and have a great season under Kevin, and he's actually a good quarterback? Are you going to say that this is your franchise quarterback? Are you willing to pay him? Because the Browns declined his 5th-year option, so he will be a free agent after this season. So that's another thing. Or do you look at these 2 rookies and see if you can get somebody there? And then if you don't, now you got to use your first-round pick. So I think it's just so many different ways, and I don't know where the Browns are on this season. To me, when I listen to Jimmy talk, he talks about it's going to take some time. So to me, that means they punting on the season. To me, that's what it sounds like.
I mean, how many years can you do that? I know in part it's because of the Deshaun Watson contract that they're kind of looking at it that way, but yeah, ultimately, at the end of all this, we're having all this discussion, and I understand why, because there's a lot of Browns fans. I'm one of them. You are too. At the end of the day, we're talking about a team that if they win 7 games, I'll be shocked. Like we have to keep that in perspective, right? Like, it's an interesting situation. I am curious to see who gets the nod, and if one of these rookie quarterbacks ends up playing out of his mind, then yeah, there's potential. But with Joe Flacco out there, I don't think he's finishing a whole year. And I just don't see him holding up for an entire NFL season. And if he does, he's going to have a game down the stretch where he blows up. And that's even if they were trending towards playoffs. I can't see him lasting long enough for that to happen. And it's going to come to one of the rookies, and can they do it?
Well, in the same breath, then my issue is, what do you tell those 53 guys in the locker room? Like, because if the owner is saying it's going to take a couple years, like, obviously, I want to win more than 3 games.
Some of those players don't have a couple years. They're ready to win now.
Like Joe Bitonio, he's retiring after the year. Like, come on now. And I told you last week, 4 to 5 starters on your offensive line, this is their contract year. So, like,
Yeah, it's a big year for all that.
They in a tough spot right now.
You know
I don't
what
know
I'd call
what
it?
they're gonna do.
I'd call it a mess. That's what I'd call it, but that's just me. When is Ryan Day going to name a starting quarterback? We'll tell you what we think next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. Still watching crews clear out an issue on 270 northbound near Gahanna. This is as you're approaching the Hamilton Road exit. We've got slow-moving traffic going northbound just past Broad Street. Also on the south side, 270 westbound, right at the 23-270 split. We've got the right lane blocked off as crews clear out a crash. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey guys, Anthony here. You don't have to live with just getting by. Low T Center has been improving the quality of hundreds of thousands of lives with personalized care. And now they have some great news to share. They're introducing women's services to all Low T Centers. If your partner is experiencing fatigue, moodiness, or just feeling off, she might benefit from hormone therapy at Low T Center. Help her get back to her best self. And if you still haven't taken the T test, what are you waiting for? Get started today. Visit fixmylowt.com to schedule your appointment.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and I want to talk to you about the roof over your head. You know that thing that protects your house and everything in it? It's pretty important, and a lot of you are going to have to replace it soon, but be warned. There are companies out there that skip over the biggest part of the process, the attic ventilation. You see, if that attic doesn't have proper circulation, it can cause problems such as mold and rot. You got rot, and not to mention leaks in the wintertime and higher AC bills in the summer. This is one of the reasons I'm telling you about my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. They start with a free 21-point roof inspection, including a thorough inspection of that attic as well. They know that if that ventilation isn't right, that roof's going to be built on a shaky foundation. That's why every Victor's roof comes with a well-thought-out attic ventilation plan, and that's why they can offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. Money-saving discounts and financing incentives are also available. Call for your free 21-point roof inspection and get that estimate today. 866-VICTORS or go to victors.com.
CME wants to beat your bike or boat loan rate by 1.5% APR. Enjoy no payments for 90 days, low rates, and terms up to 84 months. Take the summer off and ride easy with CME. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 6.25% APR. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit CMEFCU.org for additional details.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your options and visit goodfeet.com. Or stop in today at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway in Grove City.
It's hot out. Stay in the house and cool yourself with the sweet sounds of the Fan. You can watch on YouTube or tell your smart speaker to play 97.1 The Fan. It's the equivalent of putting ice cubes down your pants. All right! The Fan.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm getting married today.
You may now kiss the bride.
I'm also a firefighter and first responder. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're also making sure I can get to my wedding ceremony to start the next chapter of my life.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Let's all give them room to work. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A nice, refreshing start to our Monday with mostly clear skies and wake-up temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s. This afternoon, mostly to partly sunny skies with our highs in the mid to low 80s. And then for tonight, skies will become partly cloudy overnight with our lows down in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. So we talked about it last week. We were out of practice a lot. Last couple days, we were broadcasting from there. I got to stick around Friday, watch some practice. You watched some practice, Tyvis. Ohio State getting ready for their season. Opener's coming up August 30th against Texas in the shoe. I looked at prices today just to see. It's not going to be cheap to go to the Texas game, as I'm sure you know, but get in the door price as of this morning, $365 for one ticket up in C-Deck, and that's in the end. And if you want anything, decent, you're close to $1,000. Like, it's,
you know what, though?
Naturally, it should be a big game. That's the type of ticket you would expect for this huge matchup. But
what I would say is that if you do pay that money and go to that game, it will be worth the ticket.
I would think so.
Because of just the whole day. Like, that's not something that you just get. You show up at 11:54 and go find your seat. No, you got to do the tailgate scene and, watch, all the things that go on to the day. And if you do that, I promise you it is worth it. They do a wonderful job at Ohio State making sure you earn your money. Now, if they get the dub, that makes it even better.
Oh, it'd be great. Of course. That's what we're all wanting.
There was one time that I bought a ticket on StubHub, and it was overall a terrible experience. And it was around the year of 2015 against Michigan State Spartans team. And that was not worth the money, Tyvis.
Were you at that game?
I was.
Oh, no.
It was cold
that's
and
why,
rainy
and that's why we lost. That's exactly why we lost. You should have stayed away. Yep.
I will admit, last season I went to the Michigan State game. It was the first time I ever went to a Michigan State game and Ohio State won. Before that, every Big Ten championship or home Ohio State
you went
game.
To the Big Ten championship in 2013?
Yep.
Dylan's the problem.
Yeah.
You're the problem.
I saw them lose to Michigan State 3 times before.
He wasn't even here in 1998. And he somehow still was at that game.
Other one?
Would there have been a time that
I lost to him twice. I had 4 losses. 2 of them was to Michigan State. 1 was to Virginia Tech. Another one was to Clemson.
Yeah, I think probably both times you lost to Michigan State and then the Big Ten championship in 2013.
Well, I found the person I hate the most.
Yeah.
Dylan Gonzalez.
So there you go.
So I went when Michigan State was really bad and was like, there's no way they lose this time. And if the upset would have happened, it would have been 100% on me.
Yeah. Well, here's what I know. We're talking about who's going to play quarterback there. The answer, and by the way, I guess, I don't even know how to say it, true sophomore, Julian saying. I was thinking he was a redshirt sophomore. That was my bad earlier in the show. But he's only got 2 years in, so he's got plenty of time here. Everyone seems to think he's the guy leader in the clubhouse. If you're watching highlights of practice, if you're looking at it from who throws the prettiest ball, who is most accurate when there are not a lot of defense around, it's him. It's the mechanics are there. Everything's great. However, they go to red zone on Saturday. Lincoln Kienholz dominated that, right? You talk to people around the program. There's one guy who seems to have a lot of the guys in the locker room saying, they're all saying the nice things in public, right? That they would trust either guy, all that stuff. Lincoln Kienholz seems to be the guy that has the confidence of the locker room. And these coaches keep talking about the locker room's going to let us know who the guy is. They'll know before we'll know who the guy is. Well, if that's true, then doesn't that seem to kind of lean things a little bit more towards Lincoln Kienholz? This all to me points to, as much as we'd like to get this battle sorted early, I feel like it's at least another week plus away before we're getting an answer on who it is. I don't think it's lip service that Lincoln Kienholz is in this battle. I think it's for real.
No, it's definitely for real. Like I said, he dominated the spring, had a good spring game, and then he came into this, and he's right there with Julian saying. They both make plays. I always continue to say it's going to be about consistency. And I hear that the locker room will dictate, but it's not. When we say that, it's not like, oh, that's my friend, like I want him to be the starting quarterback. That's not what they mean by that. It's, you know, who gives you the best chance to win. Like I say, in 2015, after, 5 games, when they had to make the change to go from Cardale to JT, like, that was kind of like an offense looked at it like it's going better with JT when he's in there. Like, that's kind of what made that change have to happen. And that's solely based off of play calling and all that other stuff as well. But it was very noticeable. Like, me as a defender on the 2015 team, it was like, all right, JT comes in the game, the offense goes straight down the field, and boom, they make something happen. When Cardale was in there at the beginning of the game, they struggled to find things, and it was just very like, what's going on type thing. And when you fast forward that now to Lincoln and Julian, that will happen. You will see that in practice when they had those play it periods where it's literally scripted like a game. Whatever quarterback is marching that team up and down the field, that's the guy that people are going to be like, yes, this is who we need to have as a quarterback. And you can't hide it. Like, it's going to be clear as day. And when you see that, name that guy the starter and get ready for Texas.
Yeah, I feel like they'd love to go there as soon as possible. I just don't think it's happening right away because I think there's too much going on here, right? Lincoln Kienholz has been with the program. He knows the offense. He's got all that. Julian Sayen's a guy that they moved heaven and earth to bring in here. So all that factors in. But if you took both those guys out and said they've both been on campus the exact same amount of time, both guys have exactly the same background of getting here. One of them didn't transfer from Alabama and, all that stuff. All the star ratings are out the window. Who do you think is playing better in this camp in the moments that seem to matter when there's live competition and everybody's around? I mean, it would seem like Lincoln Kienholz is at least getting some of that nod. More so, Julian Sayen's getting the highlight reel stuff on YouTube. But that's not what wins you football games. And everything that I've heard around this is when winning time comes, when the stuff that matters comes, Lincoln Kienholz is right there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are putting into, well, they wouldn't have, Aaron Olin moved on because Julian Sayen came in. So they're not going to just not let him be the starter because why? Why does that matter? I know it probably does a little bit, but that's not going to matter when you're in the fourth quarter of a game and you got to get something done. Doesn't matter who transferred out or what kind of star rating you had in high school. That's the thing that they're looking for right now is who's going to show up in that moment. And like you've told me as someone who played in those moments, like it matters what you're doing in red zone. It matters what you're doing in those moments because I'm telling you, Ohio State, we know this. They're going to be in the red zone as much as any team in college football. I mean, yes, they will have their 60-yard bombs, all that stuff, but more times than not when you're playing good competition, you're going to be in the red zone. You have to make those plays. And if Julian Sayen doesn't win those battles, Lincoln Kienholz is going to have a real shot at this.
Yeah, no, I think the athleticism plays a part in it as well. Now, it's not like Lincoln is Michael Vick or anything like that, and Julian Sayen isn't. Like, they both can be mobile, but it always is an extra element, especially in the red zone when you got a quarterback that can run, that's not afraid to tuck the ball and make something happen with his legs, because that's something extra that the defender has to worry about. Now you have to vacate a zone to maybe put a spy on there, or now it's always as a DB or as a defender, your eyes is on the quarterback because you play a lot of zone when you're in the red zone because you want to have your eyes on the quarterback. But now when he's threatening to run, it entices you to step up, and now they got that dump off over the top of your head. So that's an extra element as well with him being an athlete that can work out for them in the red zone.
I'm just more convinced than I was before we went over there last week. I thought it was pretty much Julian Sayen's job to lose. Now, I mean, I know they said it was a battle. I get it, but like it's not.
Didn't believe that?
Well, I guess what I meant is I thought he's going to be the guy kind of that everyone expects to take the job. They're just kind of waiting for him to take it. I don't know that that's the case right now. I know a lot of stuff came out over the weekend with like, oh, Julian Sayen did this and did that. And I saw the highlights too. I got it. But one of the things that's kind of lost in that is that red zone drill that everyone's talking about happened away from a lot of the fans and media. But the plays that were on YouTube where they're dropping dimes in with not really, a ton of coverage and it's individual workouts, that was right in front of the fans. So that's why a lot of people have come out of that going, and Julian Sayen did better in that individual drill. So this is where we're at. We're breaking down like 7 passes that happened in, you know what I mean? Like in a 10-minute span.
To me, the only thing I care about is I care about the red zone reps, and I care about them scrimmages. I want to see what happens. I think they slotted the scrimmage Saturday this week. I want to hear who had the better day in that scrimmage. And when I hear that, all right, now to me, it's time to make a decision. So that following week, because you can't sit there and keep going ones on ones, twos on twos, like trying to figure out this team. You got to get ready to prepare for Texas at some point. Like, it's going to be upon us before we know it. Today is the 4th? So in the game's in 26 days. Yeah, by next week, it's time for scout team. We need to be, all right, this is what Texas is going to do, and let's prepare for how we're going to beat Texas. That should be starting about next week. So, yeah, you need to get your depth chart in order.
I mean, you guys haven't come out and said it, but it sounds like both of you are favoring Lincoln right now.
I'm not favoring anybody.
I mean, just based off what my ears are hearing. I'm not putting words in mouths.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm telling you that what I saw with my own eyes was Julian saying in like the individual drills looked better. There's no denying any of that. But then in everybody that you talk to, it seems to be like there's a hint of, but the guys in the locker room are more behind Lincoln Kienholz. I wouldn't say that's no one's official position.
Right.
This is unofficial. This is if you take a unofficial poll of that locker room right now and everybody's on truth serum, it would be they feel more comfortable with Lincoln for whatever reason. It might just be that like he's a guy who relates more to some of the players, or I don't know what it is. That's the intangible stuff that comes with playing quarterback. You have to be a leader. You have to have the room to trust you. And by the way, it's not like he's a slouch. It's not like he can't play.
Right.
So that whole aspect of it, I think people are just looking at what makes you a better pro prospect. Those kind of things. Probably Julian Sayin is a little further ahead there because of the mechanics. But that's not what wins football games.
Right. Besides the point I brought up earlier about, them bringing in Julian Sayin when they didn't really have to. Also, what I fall back on is when Justin Fields was the quarterback and Stroud and McCord were behind him, who went in when blowouts happened? C.J. Stroud. That's who ended up being the starter. When C.J. was the starter, who went in between McCord and Brown when blowouts would happen? McCord went in. McCord was the starter after that. Last year, when games were out of hand and Will Howard went out, who went in? Julian Sayin.
Yeah, you're right. And he had less time in the offense. So, I mean, again, everything is set up for him to win that battle, it feels like. And yet, here we are. They wanted this settled in the spring. There's no doubt about that. They didn't want to have to sit here and do this. Ryan Day does like to, take his time to make a decision. He likes to deliberate, but I don't think that's something I don't think he does that just because. I think he does it because there's an actual decision that has to be made. All right, we'll learn something else when we were out there. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. It has to do with the college football playoffs. What's going to happen in 2026? I will tell you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Still watching slowdowns on 270 northbound near Gahanna. As you approach Hamilton Road, we've got crews clearing up an issue. And out in Dublin at the 270-33 interchange, we've got slowdowns building as you're going westbound on 33 into 270 as crews respond to an issue there. And on the south side at the 270-23 interchange going westbound on 270, we've got the right lane blocked off as you pass that interchange. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
I'm Brent, and I've been on Nutrafol for almost 5 years now. I like Nutrafol because it was a hair growth supplement that was completely drug-free. After 3 months, my hair got stronger and thicker, which gave a huge boost to my social life. I mean, it was life-changing, to be honest.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com/men. That's Nutrafol.com/MEN. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition. Real customers were compensated to share their stories.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Newman Roofing is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat Fan Drive. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin County fire station or buy online. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
For now. I mean, you never know, Tyvis. Could be your time soon. Get that appendix removed.
I hope not.
I hope not either. It wasn't fun. So we were out at camp all last week, or Thursday and Friday. We were out there for fall practices, getting ready for the season, all this stuff. Talked to a lot of people. We talked to Ross Bjork. You know, we got a lot of insights on things. And one of the things I was curious about was trying to find out what's going to happen with this college football playoff system. And again, talking to people behind the scenes there, because some of this stuff we didn't always get into on the air because we had limited time with, you know, Ryan Day and everybody. But one thing I know is, and I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, Tyvis, did anybody there seem like they thought the Big Ten's going to fold on this 4 automatic qualifiers?
No.
Did anybody seem like they thought we're going to just go to what the SEC wants and that's it? No.
SEC.
They seem they seem dug in. Okay.
Yeah. I understand why. Like it's about the money, the almighty dollar.
Here's what I know a lot of Buckeye fans don't get this, and I understand it too. Ohio State shouldn't have to do anything the Big Ten wants to do or not. Ohio State should come out and say, we like this system. We want this system. This is what we care about. The end. Okay?
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which system. Like, neither one of them affects Ohio State. They should be in it regardless.
Well, that's right. Yeah. But here's what I found out. I mean, and I kind of thought this, but it was nice to get confirmation. The reality is, the reason everyone wants that the Big Ten wants this 4 automatic qualifier thing, 4 for them, 4 for the SEC, and then less for the Big 12, et cetera, on down, is because if they get that, then they all will go, and the SEC will do this too, where you will have 1 versus 2 in the Big Ten championship game, but both of those teams will be guaranteed a spot. They will get 2 of the automatic qualifying bids. 3 versus 6, whoever wins that game, they will play that game. They will sell it. They will make a lot of money off of it. Whoever wins that game gets into the playoffs. 4 versus 5 in the Big Ten will get into the playoffs, whoever wins that game. That is the reality of what they want to do. And whether we think that's dumb or not, like I don't know that I care as much about a Big Ten championship game where it's guaranteed that both teams are just going to get in regardless. You obviously want to win that. You want to get the trophy, but what would you rather have, that or a national championship? Obviously, that's what more people care about. But it seems like that system's going to be in place if we go with the Big Ten model. And the Big Ten believes that's way more money than the SEC's model, which means all of it's up to it. Yeah. And you're probably not going to get that championship weekend idea.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the whole, like, it takes it out of the committee's hands, like, as far as they're not picking just the top 16 teams. Like for the Big Ten or the SEC, if they do the same thing, it would be you've earned yourself a way in there. You've played your way into the thing instead of them saying, oh, this is the 15th best team or the 16th best team. Like, no, I won and we got in that way. So I get it from that standpoint where you control your own destiny if you're in the Big Ten or the SEC. However, I still believe that's more football on a kid's body. And I guess it does open it up for parity because you will have the 3 seed versus the 6 seed and then the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. So I don't know, maybe that day the 5 or 6 seed could get lucky and pull an upset. Yeah. I just don't think that happens a lot.
No,
especially in that moment.
But then when do you get into years like that the 6th best Big Ten team is better than the 4th best SEC team, but on a given quote-unquote championship weekend, they lose, and then all of a sudden that whole season just goes in the dumps because of that one game.
They could theoretically still get selected if there would be limited spots, but you're right, that's probably not going to happen. Here's my whole issue with it, and I've said this on this idea of we want there to be more parity, like you're talking about, Tyvis, or we want there to be a chance for the 6th team in the Big Ten to have a chance to make the college football playoffs. We are taking the the power and the prestige off of Ohio State versus Michigan, and then 1 versus 2 in the Big Ten championship game, those games now will be less impactful so that we can get more impact on, say, Iowa, Minnesota. That's the reality of what they're trading, because Iowa's and Minnesota's are likely going to be in the 3 through 6 camp, right? They're the ones going to be there. That now gives them like a feeling of, oh, we might have a shot. Meanwhile, Ohio State and Michigan are probably going to be in the top 3 of the Big Ten every year, top 2. And that game, when they play each other, will be like, yeah, well, they're both going to make the playoffs. And this is just like one step of many to getting to that. It doesn't necessarily make or break your season like it used to.
Which
Big
format?
Ten championship game won't make or break your season. Both teams will be getting in anyway.
Which format do you guys prefer? I feel like you guys have talked about it, but I feel like
I would much rather, personally, I'd much rather have just the 5 qualifiers, and then, because as an Ohio State fan, I don't need any of that. I don't need to keep Minnesota and Iowa interesting. I would like the big games for Ohio State to matter. That's what I think makes college football great, is those big matchups, your top teams playing each other. That's exciting. I don't really care about the rest of those. I don't care if anybody else in the Big Ten gets in, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter to me. I think the SEC, we get hyped up about them. I don't think they're as good as everyone gives them credit for, but I genuinely don't care if Minnesota gets in or not. I genuinely don't care if Penn State gets in or not. I care if Ohio State gets in and wins. Literally all I care about.
How about you, Tyvis?
As a company, man, it matters.
I know.
Make sure
That's what happens when you get a lot of paychecks from a lot of people. I get paid by one group.
Honestly, as a Buckeye, it doesn't matter. I feel like they're going to be in regardless. Neither one of them affects Ohio State. So in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter in that standpoint. But if you ask me which one I think is fair, I think what's fair is 5-11. But if we're not living in fair, what brings money, I can't deny the fact that the other one brings more money to the Big Ten and the SEC. And with revenue sharing and NIL, like that's what's on the forefront of everybody's mind, is how can we make money? So I understand why they want to do that. And if money is the big thing in this, then you would go with that model. But me personally, it doesn't matter.
And that's why I think the Big Ten's preferred format is inevitable. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Well, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But there's no way they're doing it in 2026.
Right.
I would be shocked because they seem so far apart. And I thought maybe in talking to people over there, it would be like, well, this is what the Big Ten wants. We're kind of going along with it, but we don't really like it. We're just trying to be, no. It's fully bought in over there that they want this 4 and 4. And so like you're saying, Dylan, I think is what it should be, is the 5-11 thing. But the SEC is probably going to at some point realize you just make more money doing it. And then they're going to probably hold fast and say, all right, if we have to do that, then we don't add a 9th game.
I've kind of flipped on it. I was a 5-11 guy, but you mentioned a little bit earlier, you said we're putting more emphasis on Illinois and Iowa in a Big Ten championship weekend, and we're watering down the game like Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we've already gotten to the point. I think last year proved that the game in the grand scheme of the playoffs and the national championship is not important anymore. So since it's already watered down and we've already burned that bridge, we might as well have this exciting.
Well, see, that's it.
Set the whole
conference
thing on
championship
fire
weekend.
is what you say.
We might as well have it.
It is. I know you're not saying this, but just so people don't misunderstand it, like we know the game will always have importance.
Yes.
What I mean is there was always this in the last 30 years of my life, 40 years of my life that I can recall, when Ohio State and Michigan played, 9 times out of 10 it was whoever wins this, all of their dreams are still on the table. If you lose this, you're out of any national championship picture, playoff picture. We obviously saw last year that's not true. So I get what you're saying there, that it goes away from that, but it will never cease to be important from the standpoint of just you want to be. Tyvis will tell you. Like, you just listen to Jeremiah Smith. He just said, I can't lose to them ever again. I don't ever want that to happen again. He says he's not going to let that happen. It's still important to those guys, even though some of them lost last year and then went on to win a national championship. That importance will stay. But the idea that now it matters if Ohio State beats or loses to Penn State, it'll matter if you lose 3 or 4 more. But apparently, if you can finish 6th in the Big Ten and get right, you have a shot, just like Ohio State did last year, to get in the playoffs and win. So that is where I'm saying some of the regular season is going to be devalued by necessity if you do this.
I mean, it makes it more interesting for, like, the bottom tier teams to fight, like the Iowas or the Minnesotas. Right. It's not something that Ohio State has to deal with, like I say, but it gives them a reason to lock in towards the end of the season.
It feels like you're taking the excellent programs in college football and saying, now, can you guys all pause what you're doing? Like, none of your stuff's going to matter until December. We have to make it interesting for all these teams that can't get their act together for the better majority of like a half century. Like, we've got to give Nebraska a chance because they are never going to win one the way the system was currently set up. And I don't get that. Like, sorry, Nebraska. Sorry that you're always like a 500 team. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, we live in the participation trophy era. So
I mean, you guys say Ohio State will never have to deal with this, but do you know for a fact Ohio State will never have to deal with this in perpetuity? I don't think we do.
I would be
Ohio
shocked
State
if they
never going to have to do it.
I would be shocked.
You're
if
telling
they
me
have
in
to.
2050, you know that Ohio State's going to be a top 10 team?
Look, by that point,
we're tradition, excellence. It's a tradition.
By that point, it's going to be.
It's a tradition.
We're not going to have coaches. We're going to have AI. And by AI, I mean Allen Iverson is going to come out and coach the team. And that's all we're going to worry about. Crosstalk is next. We will check in with our guy, Ryan Baker. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Monday. A couple issues we're watching. 70 westbound just past the 70-33 split. We do have lanes closed as crews clear up a crash. Also still watching slowdowns in Gahanna on 270 northbound as you approach Hamilton Road. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Hydrate Me Med Spa, Next Level Wellness, medical grade IV drips, NAD Plus, and so much more. 4 locations in Columbus. Book your drip at hydratememedspa.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
This date, August 4th, 1960, we have a Billy Martin highlight. And while Martin is mostly remembered for his playing and managing days with the New York Yankees, the second baseman played one season for the Reds in 1960, nearing the end of his career. On this date in Wrigley Field, the fiery Martin charged the mound to tangle with Cubs pitcher Jim Brewer. Martin socked him and broke his cheekbone. The Cubs thought he was so out of line, they sued him for $1 million, prompting Martin's classic response, "How do they want that, cash or check?" The lawsuit was eventually dismissed. Martin later went on to manage the Yankees in 2 World Series victories, but a brawl for Billy on this August 4th, 1960, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large big gulp drinks. Get 69-cent large big gulp drinks at Speedway with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Ready to ride the waves or hit the road for less? Refinance your boat or motorcycle loan with CME and let them try to beat your rate by 1.5% APR. Enjoy no payments for 90 days and rates as low as 6.25% APR. It's never been easier to lower your rate and free up cash. Make the smart move. Refinance with CME today. Terms and conditions apply. Minimum floor rate of 6.25% APR. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit CMEFCU.org for additional details.
We've all got it, you know, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY, and when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on metal supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Do you feel that? The season is getting closer. Buckeye football comes your way in 26 days. Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit
over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Boy, I tell you, that Baker he's gotten shorter. He's growing his hair back.
I should have known Baker was here because Reimer's here.
Lost
Usually that means
Baker had a glow up.
Yeah.
Eric down, I guess.
Eric Reeser is here.
Gentlemen.
How was your weekend, Reeser? Good.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Got to watch some football. They did the damn thing at Ohio State's fall camp day 3. They put the pads on and they did a scrimmage. They brought out zebras. They brought out the Chang Gang. They had some laundry that was flying. Like, that was as close to an actual scrimmage as you can get outside of Ohio Stadium.
Well, they've done
awesome.
Ryan Day has done a great job this offseason of realizing how young his guys are, and he's trying to get them game reps without being in the actual game. And the only way you're going to do it is how you just said, through those scrimmage, those live periods. And was quarterbacks live?
The quarterbacks were not live, no. But during the scrimmage, I kept hearing in the back of my head, Cardale's live!
That used to be the funniest. Cardale's live! Cardale. Oh, poor Cardale be the only one in the red jersey. And what made it even worse is it wasn't like this was Cardale with the ones. Like, this was like ones versus twos or ones versus threes. So our left tackle is the third string left tackle trying to block Joey Bosa or Steve Miller, and like they're just blowing right past him in sack.
Yeah, I mean these are the moments, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh man, that's what he gets.
Yeah,
that's what Cardale get.
What you want. Got to be out there though to see it live. So, any thoughts you had, Reese? You guys, were out there, got to see it yourself. Anything you took away from all that?
That this team has no idea what it's going to be just yet.
Yeah,
I think there was the 3 days where they divvied up the reps. They divvied up the ones. Like, they kind of split the ones and put them in different situations with different players. Like, this was as mix and match as it's going to get. Ohio State's offensive line is going to be really good this year, and they're going to be really good mostly because they had to reshuffle so many times last season, and the offensive line that carried the Buckeyes through the college football playoff is back.
They're going to need that, given that whoever's playing quarterback is a big, not an unknown to us, to the fans, but
that just
the majority of college football.
Me as that was something I didn't think I was going to be thinking about leaving camp. I thought I'd be dealing with more with the quarterbacks, more with Jeremiah Smith, who continues to be the largest human I've ever seen, and just the 8 guys on defense you're replacing. You're going to be replacing with a lot of talent. But what stuck out to me was just how good I think Ohio State's offensive line is going to be.
Yeah, I think that's going to be key for any offense, because I want to make sure. I want to know if they're going to be able to run the ball this year. Like, that's, to me,
I think they're going to be able to.
I mean, the way they looked in the spring game, they was gashing our defense. So I'm like, if this holds true, then they will be fine. But since you got to see the scrimmage on Saturday, the live scrimmage, that you walk away from that like, okay, the D-line is better than you anticipated it to be. It's where you thought it'd be.
Well, certainly not having ever seen Bo Atkinson.
Oh, yeah.
I was, you're obviously, how can you not be impressed with everything that he brings? Yeah, size, speed, tenacity. Like, there's a get up from him that makes it, you get why they went into the portal to get him. Mm-hmm. They went to a North Carolina guy to shore up a defensive front that lost almost everybody to the NFL.
Jordan Hudson let him walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a shame.
Mary Kay Cabot.
Real job bad out of her. Bad job out of her.
Mary Kay Cabot didn't let her get away with it, though. Or Bill Belichick. That was pretty good. All right, what else is coming up on the show today?
So we're doing NFL two-a-days as we roll closer to the preseason starts for both the Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's right. I got to work here Friday.
Yep. Alex Clancy, who does Locked On Cardinals, will join us at 11:30. NFC West will be the will be the conference that we choose today, or the division from the conference we choose today. We'll do the Rams and the Cardinals. Think if Los Angeles can repeat as divisional champions. We'll have Austin Ward at 10:30. He'll recap his thoughts from those 3 days at Ohio State's football camp. The Buckeyes are off today, but I think they're going to be doing a scrimmage this coming Saturday, so we'll try to compartmentalize everything we learned over the next 3 days and kind of everything that we have to expect from the next 20 or so practices the Buckeyes have before that August 30th opener against Texas.
There you go. It is Bishop and Friends coming up next for 3 hours. Now it's time for the buzzer.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
So, producer Dylan, you were watching SummerSlam yesterday over the 2 days it occurred.
Oh, yeah. 8 hours of wrestling for your boy over the weekend.
You watched the whole thing?
Both days.
Was it pay-per-view or Peacock? Or
it's
Netflix?
on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Do you need a Peacock login?
No.
Okay.
I have one. Thank you.
We've heard. We've heard. So what was your biggest thing that you took away from that you enjoyed about SummerSlam?
So it was funny. They showed Russell Wilson, because it was at MetLife where the Giants play, booed out of the building. This man hasn't even taken a snap for the Giants yet, and he's getting booed in New York or New Jersey, technically. But then also John Cena in his match with Cody Rhodes, Tyrese Halliburton was there with his crutches, and he took one of Tyrese Halliburton's crutches and just beat up Cody Rhodes with it.
Yeah.
But Cody Rhodes ended up getting the W. John Cena turned back into a good guy on Friday on SmackDown.
Oh.
And then they had Brock Lesnar after the match come in and F5 John Cena. So that's like the next thing for John Cena now is rekindling the rivalry with one Brock Lesnar.
Oh, good. I get it. It's his farewell tour, but at some point it's like, can we get wrestlers that in the last 20 years maybe have started their careers as opposed to these guys who've been around for, it feels like forever.
No, they're trying to play all the hits with them, and I don't blame them. I think that's what people want to see.
Yeah, you're right. All right, well, there you go. There's your SummerSlam recap. Glad you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your Monday. We will be back tomorrow. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching slowdowns on 70 westbound right at the 70-33 split. We do have the right lane blocked off as crews work to clear up a crash. Also slowdowns as you approach Gahanna, 270 northbound. As you approach Hamilton Road, we're watching crews clear out an issue there. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
At Dick's Sporting Goods, we have always believed sport has the power to change lives. Community happens here. Change happens here. Sport happens here. Introducing the all-new Dick's House of Sport, bringing new experiences, new services, and unrivaled selection from the top brands to a new place Polaris can call home. Featuring a rock wall, a HitTrax multi-sport cage, and 3 golf hitting bays. Dick's House of Sport at Polaris Fashion Place. Grand opening celebration August 15th through August 17th.
Hi, welcome to IKEA. Hi, I'm in a whirlwind of college prep. Gotcha. We've got affordable solutions to create the perfect college living space. Great. And visit our website to see how verified college students with an IKEA family account can receive a one-time use 15% off coupon. Nice. You guys think of everything. Pretty much. Offer ends 9/30/25. Valid ID required. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See IKEA-USA.com/ready-for-college for complete terms.
Jerry, I've made a decision.
Aaron, are you giving away free services again?
Well, yeah. How did you know?
I haven't been able to quit thinking about your AC piggy bank.
Get Eco.
ECO. We work to extend the life of their old air conditioner and then give back all the money we were paid to do it.
Up to $1,500.
When they need to buy a new system.
Jerry, I'm getting ready to do something like that again.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When we replace a water heater, I'm instructing all the Eco plumbers to give our customers up to $500 in free repairs before they leave the house.
$500 in free services that same day?
There's lots and lots and lots of things our plumbers can do for $500 or less.
And Eco is going to do these things for free when people buy a water heater?
Yeah, whatever they want for free.
That same day? Same day. Get Eco.
ECO.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Go to geteco.com.
Hey friends, it's Austin Ward, and I'm coming up on 2 full years since starting Awaken 180. Dropped 50 pounds, and I still check the scale like it owes me money. Guess what? Hasn't budged. Still under 200 pounds, still feeling great. Keeping weight off this long isn't luck or magic, it's just having the right playbook. Awaken 180 taught me exactly what works, what doesn't, and how to stay lean without the struggle. Want real, lasting results? Don't just drop the weight, retire it for good. Trust me, Awaken 180 is your winning game plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
When was the last time you could just jump out of bed without having to worry about your knee or back? You probably have this in the back of your mind. This will disappear, but nothing has ever changed. It's Tyvis Powell, and it's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Wolkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. There are thousands of patients who will tell you they wish they would have done it sooner. I'm glad that I did. Let me tell you about my experience. Other patients and myself have turned our lives around with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissues. Natural cellular therapies, no scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and a thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York. You ever get decision paralysis, like figuring out what to watch or what to eat? Well, the same applies if you're hiring. It can be overwhelming to have too many candidates to sort through. But with ZipRecruiter, you can proactively find the best ones quickly. How? Through their innovative resume database. ZipRecruiter's resume database uses advanced filtering to quickly hone in on top candidates for your roles. See someone who stands out? You can unlock their contact info instantly. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.